Tonight's greatness in barbecue entertainment is partnered with the Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads, the barbecue store in Hempstead, the Chupacabra Rodan, Team Cosmos Q Products, Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics, We Branded Promotions, Texas Oil Duds, Team Rec Tech, Texas Original Charcoal, the Navy SEAL Danny Dietz Memorial Classic, Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation, Pinkerton's Barbecue, K&R Pipeline Services, Smokin' Magic, All Fired Up Cook-Off, Laredo Roofing Solutions, Half-Fast Cookers, and the Chopping Block in Webster and Victoria. Thank you for supporting the So Smokin' Gooder Show.
If you're gonna put it in the box, put it in the box. I call it bass boat.
Bass boating?
If you ever seen a bass boat go down the water and everything like that?
Oh, and he nailed it. Oh, shit. Hashtag bass boat.
Hey, we got any more beer in here? Alright, I'm sorry. I won't talk again. I'm sorry.
Hey there, everybody. This is Aaron the Retro Guy, host of the Morning Roast Radio Show, and you're locked in to the So Smokin' Gooder Show. Give it to him, fellas.
I don't know what he said at the end of this. I don't think he knows what he said either.
Hey, what's up? I'm Cosmo, and you're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show. So grab a drink, park your ass, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss a thing. Ooh. Ah.
Talk about buttered sausage.
That's not your jam.
Texas Radio Hall of Fame broadcaster, your buddy Outlaw Dave, the Rock Ambassador, and you're listening to the So Smokin' Gooder Barbecue Show. Gooder? Is that right?
My name's Greg Minotti with Drop Time Smoke, and you are watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show.
Well, hello there. I'm Dennis Butterworth with Warpig Barbecue, but you can call me Butter, and you're listening and watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show with Rob Arocha.
Are you ready to turn up the heat?
1. Let's go!
Because you've just tuned in to the one and only So Smokin' Gooder Show. We're coming to you live from Bullhorn Barbecue headquarters in Cypress, Texas. This is the show where we talk all things barbecue and brews, and you better believe we're here to have a good time. Get ready for the man who knows barbecue like the back of his hand, the guy who can tell you the difference between an IPA and a stout blindfolded, and the life of every party, your barbecue pitmaster and the host with the most, Rob Arocha. Whether you're part of the Gooder Gang or just here for the special guests, barbecue competition updates, or maybe even to rate some boxes, strap in, fire up those smokers, and crack open a cold one, because the So Smokin' Gooder Show starts now.
Absolutely. What is up, Gooder Gang? Thank you guys and gals for tuning in to the show. I'm excited about tonight's show. I hope you guys are as well. Well, thank you very much. It is a little after 8 o'clock, and you know where to be on a Wednesday night. That is right here, watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show. I am your host, Rob Arocha. And like they said, Bullhorn Barbecue headquarters right here. I got my co-host of the evening, Mr. Eddie Morales. I'll bring him on in just a second, but I wanted to tell you guys thank you and do what you do. Please like, share, subscribe, do all of that. We need some help on the YouTubes. Somebody asked a question, why don't you have your super chat turned on? It's because we don't have enough. We need 1,000 subscribers, and we are at 800 and something. So if you guys are not following us on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up. That means a lot to the algorithm. Our guest of the evening knows all about it, and we'll get to him in just a minute. But before we do that, let's bring in the co-host of the evening, Mr. Eddie Morales from the Pitfather Barbecue. What's up, brother?
What's up, brother?
How are you?
Good, brother. How are you?
I'm great. I'm excited to talk to you about your weekend you just had. But let's back up a minute. You doing okay? Everything good with you guys?
You worried?
No, not at all. I'm I experienced this with the first co-host. Sometimes he showed, sometimes he didn't. The show must go on, Eddie, but you have not let me down as of yet. I was not worried about it. Our guest, though, producer on the other show, the Chicken Fried Show, he was like, are we getting the seed treatment here? I was like, because you weren't here. I forgot to send him a link. I actually thought Ty did. And so
I didn't even know I had a link until I was like, man, it's 8 o'clock. I don't have a link. And then, well, I did have a link.
You did. I
just hadn't seen it.
He's not getting the C treatment. He's an A-lister as far as barbecue is concerned. But no C treatment here. All A-list. You know, we try to do A-list for everybody here. But you doing all right, my man?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, brother. You know, just working in this goddamn heat, but
bro, tell me about it.
Aren't we all?
You know my AC's out, don't you?
No way. At your house?
No, not at my house. In the trailer. This is my second contest without an AC. We did have a portable AC last week, but it was brutal. Insane. 97 degrees inside the trailer when it was 100 and plus outside. So a little relief, maybe not any relief, but a little bit for that, man. Yeah, it's pretty brutal, bro. But it's getting worked on. I'm hoping. I haven't completely shut it out. I was hoping to go to Needville this weekend. Have not completely said no to that. Diane and I are both talking about it. It makes it a lot tougher whenever you're sweating your balls off the entire time. So we'll talk about your weekend. We'll talk about my weekend here in just a minute. I do want to make this a 2-hour show. We've been going super long. We've been going super long on these things. So we are going to be, not blowing through it, but we're not going to be, doing what we do. Yeah. We're going to go. We got some timelines to hit. First timeline is to get our guest on in about 6 to 7 minutes. That is Mr. Wes Garrett. I'm so excited to have Wes Garrett, first timer on the show. That is Wes Garrett from Piglitically Incorrect. Eddie and I will talk to him in just a minute. But before we do that, you know what we got to do, Eddie?
What's that?
We got to give some shout outs. We got to give some shout outs. No, we're gonna talk about ourselves just for a little bit, but we got to give some shout outs to the Gooder Gang. Mr. Ty is doing something right now again. Yeah, no, this is not a C-list show, West. I called him West. West, not a C-list show. But here we go. Carlos Calzada, sup? Gooder Gang, hope all is well. Daddy Dutch, second in. Well, the energy for this show is going to hit hard. Yes, it will. Triple Threat Vets, Gooder Gang, thanks for the support. Please share the show. Yes, please. If you are watching.
I have no idea how hard it's going to hit.
Oh, we have no idea. You don't have any idea.
No, you don't have any idea.
Oh, I don't. Oh, is there something I don't know about? Let's go. The Dude Barbecue. What's up, Gooder Gang? Nicho Arredondo. Good evening, Gooder Gang. Ocala Q. Randall, if you don't know what is going on. Here it is from us. What's up, my peeps? Let's have some fun and interactive. Comment early. Comment often. I want you guys and gals to be a part of the show. Mr. Keen, Sharpening Service. If you guys have not used this guy, he comes all around Central Texas. He's all over the place, but he comes up and he'll sharpen your knives, and they are razor sharp at the end of it. And I feel like I don't know if I should say this, but I feel like you should charge a little more.
He does a great job.
Great job. Sam Demerit, Two Sauce Birdies. What is going on? He's got a show on Monday nights, Beyond the Smoke, with Serge and Anthony. And who's the fourth guy, Eddie? Come on. You're watching.
What was that?
The show on Monday night. Corby Simpkins, what is up, Gooder Gang? Brandon Perriman, my man. I know his team name is That Oil Money. That Oil Money.
Oh, Kyle.
Kyle, there it is right there. Jared McCrory, evening, everybody. I need to get Jared on the show. It's been a long time, too long. I'll tell you later. Barbecue, there he is right there. Wes Garrett's in the comments. Let's stir some shit up. Yes, let's do it. Sean Schreiner, welcome to the shit show. Okay, all right, I'll take that. Uwe Braun, our favorite German barbecue cooker. There he is, and a world champion, Uwe Braun, for those that don't know. Brian Fox, this is a lifestyle bitches, absolutely.
Lifestyle bitches.
Poochie, got to see Poochie this weekend at El Campo. He got a call. Congratulations. Matt Casper, what's going on? Gordo Q, what's happening? Let's go. Laura, there's Laura. How are you, Miss Laura? You doing okay? Smoking and Toasting. Talk about him in just a minute. Sup, gangsters. Will Fred be guest producer? No. That's funny. I think I see Wes laughing in the background in the green room right there. Leonard Love. I didn't get to see him this weekend, but I heard his name. Congratulations, Leonard. Hope you're doing well, my man. Love is the answer is his team name. Will McGraw, what's going on? Shaler, Chapa, what's up, brothers? What's up, brother? How are you? Darren Proctor on the East Coast checking in. Who else we missing? Sean Siebenaker, Nietzsche. Packer fan. What's going on? Who else? We got Charles Beard. That's a new name. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate you. Smoking Magic's in the house. What's up, gang? What's going on? Manuel Moreno, happy birthday and happy anniversary.
Happy birthday, brother.
The man got married on his birthday. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. But I feel like you're missing out on some birthday gifts or something, or maybe anniversary gifts. I can't tell which one is which, Aunt Manuel, but I appreciate you tuning in. Candy Free Baines, what's going on? How are you? Rene Sanchez from Double S Smokers. He had a good day.
You gotta call him Rene. You have to call him Rene.
No, I call the other one Rene because the other one said, I will go by Rene. He accepts Rene. He likes Rene. I think Renee is Renee.
Now we got to call everybody Rene.
I don't know, bro. I don't know if Renee wants to go by Rene, but Rene likes to go by Rene. Larry Vaughn checking in from South Jersey. What's up? Stephen Rosnick's in the house. Oh, Rosinki. I say it wrong all the time. Stacy Hale. Big weekend for the Hales. Big weekend. Pit Life Barbecue Podcast. What's going on? Mr. Keen's back. Thanks, guys. I'm totally happy with what I charge. I dig hanging out with all you got to cook off. All right. Bill Hine. There he is right there. Triple H, excuse me. And Josh Hale's in the comments already. Wants to rate some boxes. Okay, before we get to our guests, we got 2 minutes, Eddie. But I want to talk to you. How did Oklahoma go? I feel like it went pretty well. What do you think?
And it went pretty good.
Yeah. Going cooking in another sandbox, KCBS.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was hot as shit. But it was good. I had I got lucky. I had 2 walks. My ribs was almost there. Or my chicken, one of them. I don't remember. I had an 11th and a 13th. So not a bad weekend. Got some hardware from another state, so that's always good.
Chicken seems to be coming around.
Yeah. No, it was good. Man, it could have gone maybe like 10 minutes, a little longer. The skin wasn't 100% bite through, but it wasn't terrible. My ribs, man, they were a little too tender, so that kind of fucked me a little bit. Man, it seems to be my ribs that's kind of fucking me in KCBS lately. Going too tender. Everything else was good. They like the appearance, they like the taste, but tenderness, they were Texas tender, so. Did
you know it at the time?
Yeah. Well, I knew it once I started slicing. So, but they were good. I'd fucking turn that rib in Texas.
Oh, dude, every day, I bet it would have walked in El Campo.
Oh, probably, yeah.
I don't know about probably, but Probably. I feel like, Bill made a comment. He was like, I hope they like tight food. I'm like, well, I hope they don't, because my shit was not. Maybe they did a little bit.
Doing El Campo?
I got shut out, bro. First time in quite a while. I feel no excuses. I talked about AC. It was hot. Me and Dan were hot the whole fucking time. No excuses from me. I do expect some excuses from the judges because, my goodness, I feel like they did okay in the first round. They're drinking at 10 a.m. in the pool. They come in, they judge okay. I got 11th place chicken. And after that was downhill. So I want some excuses from the judges, not so much from me, because we turned in some good food. No, I'm just kidding. You know what happens, bro. We turn in, we say it all the time. Got to turn in good food and then get lucky on top of that. So it was just one of those days for us. Felt like we was pretty much happy with everything other than brisket. I never know with brisket nowadays, and so
man, my brisket was off the fucking chain. My brisket's usually good, and that motherfucker was fuck, dude. I tried it and I was like, oh,
you gotta walk in brisket.
I did get a walk, but it wasn't, what everybody that tried it, they were expecting a lot better than that. But it is what it is.
Us has been doing it a while, have some success. We always say, just hope you get one call, but we're always, we're expecting to win, right? Expect to win. But then when you always say that, I hope we get one call, it really means a lot, because I didn't get a call and it sucks.
Sure.
You still, when it comes right down to it, you still want to come out with at least
start calling top 10, and you're like, man, hold up,
one call,
keep holding on, and then you get the top 5, and it's like, all right, where you at?
I knew Josh and Stacy were going to win because they dominated. They had a couple, top 3 calls and then a mid call, right? And so I knew they were going to win after it was all said and done, but I was still holding out because it was, the contest was pretty even. There was a lot of 1 call teams. There was only a handful of 2 call teams, and I think Josh was maybe the only 3 call team there. So, it was still even. So I was holding up hope even up till reserve grand champion. I was like, come on, let's get a no call reserve. We talk about this also, is like we need to see a no call GC or a no call reserve. And that could have been a good opportunity, but it just wasn't in the cards. All right, let's bring in our guest of the evening. I told him we get in on 8:15. It is 8:18. We're just trying to stay on track today, Eddie.
Who is it? Who's our guest?
Well, our guest is a world traveler. He has been all across the country cooking mainly KCBS events. Rumor has it he's been
to the Jack.
Rumor has it he has been to the Jack. He is also, not only that, he's kind of like put a side gig in. He's also a producer on another show similar to this one.
Notes too.
He might sell notes at the right price. I think you can actually get them pretty low. We'll see how it is. But we're talking about our guest of the evening. We're talking about Mr. Wes Garrett of Piglitically Incorrect. Let's bring him on to the show.
What's up, Wes?
Welcome to the show.
Eddie,
normally we have
talking that shit, Eddie. I'm ready. He couldn't bring me on. And what was this little thing y'all did with your hands?
What's up, brother?
What's up, brother?
What is that?
You don't know?
No.
Apparently he's.
Fill me in.
Well,
it's this fucking TikToker.
The streamer. He started out as a streamer. He's become a worldwide TikToker. He's been all over the
world
place.
Champion.
I got you.
He's he also has now a little controversy here, Wes. He might have done some. Eddie, you want to take that?
I don't know how to say it without getting canceled.
He's might have done some videos.
His brother.
He might have done his brother. He might have done some stuff for OnlyFans.
Boys, I don't think you were on TikTok. I think you were on Pornhub. That's what you guys were on.
No, well, we found out.
You probably ended up there.
Yeah.
No judgment here.
Brother,
I'm not judging. I just wanted to see if we needed, on our show, to get a little hand.
No, you don't.
If we needed,
you don't.
I feel like we're lagging, man. I like everything that you guys do is top notch, but we don't have a hand signal.
I feel like the current potential vice president. We didn't vet Sketch very well, Eddie. We didn't vet him.
Yeah.
I think we kind of pushed him through, and we didn't vet him correctly. And now we're discovering some, unsavory, kind of scandalous things.
Speaking of unsavory, Wes, let's talk about your barbecue.
That's what I love, man. We're gonna have fun on here. And again,
absolutely.
Just saying.
We're gonna have more fun than y'all expect.
So when I say that, that means I can say anything to you. So with all due respect.
Bro, this is not a family show. Although a lot of families watch it. I hear Carlos and his daughters watch this show all the time. But earmuffs, girls.
Yes, I apologize. I am a Christian, but I do cuss a little bit, so I'm forgiven. So we're gonna have fun. It'll be good.
You are forgiven. Wes, welcome to the show. For a little trivia here. Wes is the only guest that has actually turned me down to be a guest on the show. So you got that. You can hang your hat on that you've actually turned us down. This is before Eddie, so Eddie is not included here. You turned me down.
I couldn't take your co-host, dude. I look, you got a good one, but I'm glad to see you finally found someone after you asked me. So good job, Eddie. You're always like second.
It wasn't.
Somebody's knocking on my fucking door, bro.
It wasn't for a co-host.
Coming in here?
Wes, don't get me.
Don't get lying here, Rob. Yeah, mute him.
What the fuck?
Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, it's the Texas Santa Claus.
Speaking of OnlyFans, that might get weird.
Oh God, that beard! I can smell that beard from here. Oh.
Okay.
Man, Wes is fucking speechless, bro.
This show may go off the rails right here.
This might.
Chris Davis, welcome back to the show, my man.
Like my shirt says, in my defense, I was left unsupervised.
We may piss some people off on this second. We may need to make this out. Let's screw rate my box. Y'all want to keep some friends? Let's just pass that shit straight up.
We need to rate our fucking guest.
Rate our guest. Well, Chris, welcome to the show. You're going to be our co-host tonight, I guess.
Right.
I'm loving this. Are you guys drinking tonight? What are we drinking tonight before we get started? We got to ask important questions.
That's why I was late.
Where were y'all at? Were y'all at the pool?
No, we went down to the Mexican food joint, fucking had some beer, some food, and here
excellent Mexican food too, by the way, Wes.
Well, you live in the South Texas, so just say you went to a restaurant. We're assuming it's a Mexican place. I'm sorry. My team name is Piglitically incorrect. I will say some shit.
Speaking of that team name, I love that team name, Wes. I don't know if you remember back in the day. I met you at the Royal. Yep. I didn't really meet you, but I came up to you and I said, "Hey, I love the team name here." I don't know if you remember that or whatnot, but you were. Dude. We got both were on stage or whatever, and I was like, "Hey, I love that team name. That was really cool. That was really cool."
You invited me over to your party, which at the time I knew who you were. I'd never met you, and you were like, "Man, come over to the party." I come over to the party. Never even looked my way. I tried to talk to him like 3 times. He didn't give a shit I was there.
Well, no wonder you snubbed me. No wonder you snubbed me when I asked you to come on the show.
It was a badass party, but you were busy. So, yeah, it was a good time.
Guys, it's Timu Phil. That's why.
No, we don't.
We're not doing Timu Phil right now. So
we don't
get me. That makes me feel bad. You're already asking for the guy.
I don't even know who that is, and it has nothing to do with Wes. I mean, Wes is not. I think it. Actually, rumor has it was you, Chris, that was actually Timu Phil that day.
Weird.
Who said it was fake? I thought it was a real beard. I think it still is a real beard, and I have no idea who actually Timu Phil is.
That is an ugly shield, is what that is. That's just keeping all the ugly at bay. You shave that thing, and we're gonna have some issues.
Y'all want to see?
No. We don't want to get in trouble like our boy Sketch here tonight. Wes, Garrett, introduce yourself to the Gooder Gang. This is your first time on the show. I know a lot of the guys watch you guys' show on Tuesday nights, the Chicken Fried with Chicken Fried, and you're a big part of that. But first time guest on the show, please introduce yourself. I know you're from Mississippi. Give us something that maybe we don't already know about Mr. Wes Garrett and Piglitically Incorrect, please.
Oh man, now you threw me out there. I don't know if I kind of throw my cards out there. Pretty much everyone knows what I do. Now, I will say we stay in our region. We do like to travel to the Royal. We'll pick 1 or 2 a year that we like to, what I say, go maybe 8 more hours. And I know all the Texas people laugh at that because you guys can't even drive out of your state in 8 hours. You know, I can go to the East Georgia in 8 hours and not down near South Carolina. So, you know, we do about 15 to 18 a year. Depends on if we get invited to some invitationals because, you know, I don't do this for a living like a lot of people. You know, I got a job, man. So, and I got a 13-year-old daughter that actually liked her dad. So we do things and, you know, try to get in where I can, but, you know, about 15, 18 a year. And I do want to venture off into Texas, but, man, I don't really have anything that's unusual, to be honest with you. And I may think about it here in a minute because I'm drinking. So, you know, that unlocks a whole new cheat code. Yeah. So in about 40 minutes, I may think of something and spurt it out. But, man, I had a bad cook around Eddie, and he's going to hold it above my head for the rest of my life up in Lebanon.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably. So I'm going to have to come into Texas and chase you. I see you do well there, so it's obviously easy. So I need to get over there.
It was easy in Tennessee when I was with you. So,
dude, there was a lot of East Coast judges there. You know, they like tough barbecue. So I see you did well.
One thing about Texas is we don't have excuses about our judges.
I just did.
He did. Man, your judges are drunk when they eat your stuff, and that is the only way they're going to give you 9s. You remember that?
I'm drunk when I turn in my stuff. So what's the difference?
That was totally tongue in cheek. I accept everything that happens at a contest. You know, I'm not asking for recounts or nothing like that. It's just it was just one of those days. It happens. It happens to all of us, man. And you know, if it hasn't happened to you, then you're a badass. It happens to the best of us. So yeah, it's just one of those.
So let me ask you this. I don't mean to interrupt you, but they do let y'all's judges drink, sit in the pool. I mean, don't y'all bring the judges off the street? I don't know anything about the St.
Bro, we bring fucking homeless people to judge.
He knows what he said either.
So this particular contest is the El Campo Los Lagoon. Shout out to the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation. They did an outstanding job, and I wanted to hold that off because Wes made some comments that I'd like to touch on. But Joey Smith, Johnny Dunn, they were on the show last week promoting this event, and it was an outstanding event. You know, we had 68 teams, almost 70 teams out there. The venue is amazing. Wes, you saw some of the videos that was happening. From an outsider looking in, how does that look to you guys?
So my wife, I showed her, we're sitting, you know, we're going to bed, and I showed her the video, and she looked at me literally and said, I don't know where the hell this is, but we're at that contest next year.
It's amazing.
I mean, look, if you've got a pool, you know, you've got your award stand and your beer and you're drinking, having a blast, we're there. I don't give a shit what sanctioning body it is. That is a phenomenal setup. One of the best I've seen. So whoever put it on, man, it's awesome.
I second this comment.
All the barbecue, I think. Like it's an amazing venue to have a cook-off in.
I second this comment. Amazing donation. Happy to be there. Yes. Didn't get any money back. Chris, you said something. I'm sorry. Repeat that, bub.
It's the most amazing venue in all of barbecue.
Oh yeah.
I don't think there's any other venue out there that's better than what they have at El Campo.
It's awesome. I mean, I've watched those videos and everybody has posted them 20 times. They're going, this is a fucking barbecue contest. And they are having you don't even care if you don't get a call. Now, some of the people that got out of that pool last night didn't need to get a call. There was some others being shown. No offense to anybody. I'm just saying, stay in the pool and swim up. Let's not get out.
Yeah, it wasn't a fucking middle of the street blocked off, you know, like most KCBS.
Yeah, it's important, man. I'm just saying.
I do like those city hall events that KCBS has a lot. It seems like they do. But no, let's get back to this one real quick before we move on. This was and is one of the best events in Texas. It's you know, if you have an RV like you do, you have a big trailer, Wes, you just pull right in, hook up, and you're ready to go. It is so much fun, and it is the most it's the biggest event. I feel like you're going to talk to a lot of the teams there because everybody congregates to the pool as soon as, like, you know, turn in was at 3:00. Me and my wife, again, we were sweating our ass off. So I was dreaming of this pool at like 10 a.m. when it was already 90 plus degrees, dreaming all day about it. And so once 3 o'clock turned in, we cleaned up as best we could. We went straight to the pool, and everybody else did. It is something magical about that pool in that area that everybody just communicates. You see cooks all over the place. You get to meet some people that you maybe not have generally would have talked to because, you're kind of, you kind of stay in your area at a contest sometimes, but it's just one of those deals where everybody goes, everybody's swimming up, everybody's having a great time, a lot of camaraderie, a lot of celebration, and we're all cheering each other on. It's just, to me, it's one of the best venues that you can go to and just celebrate with your friends, right? It's a good time.
Yeah, the pool is fucking crystal clear till 3 o'clock. Right at 3:30, you can't see shit through that.
It's pretty cloudy. I was going to see, thank God they don't have those tabs in there. It would look like the Bahamas.
Oh, yeah. If anybody wants to post their tab in the comments, I'll start. $277 right here for me, and that was just me and my wife. Mainly me. Although my wife got she Friday night, she got pretty hammered. It was fun to see. She doesn't do that very often, but she let go. She had a good time out there. That just kind of tells you how much fun it is. Somebody like, for her to go out and let go. 277 was my tab. If anybody wants to share, I want to know what Caesar's tab was.
He got a 348 in there, man. Robert.
Damn, Shadle 348. Sean Trainer 120. 275 just Saturday afternoon from Sam. Shout out to Sam RGC. We'll talk about we'll go over that in the wrap up recap. But man, again,
Chris had a pretty good one time.
I had a $1,300 tab one time.
Damn, boy,
it was bad.
That's like a Wednesday through Sunday, though.
I was there for a hot minute. Yeah.
Cesar Mejia, 330. Cesar was a white girl. There's Rini, not Renee, Rini Gonzalez.
White girl.
Yeah, those are rookie numbers, man. You got to pump those numbers up.
You got to bump them to a 7.
It's just a good time. Chris, you had a great year last year, I believe. Was it last year?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
That was the $1,300 tab year.
And Chris
you may have passed out and they just scanned your wrist. That's what happened.
Oh, I did pass out, but it wasn't at the bar. So
because those bracelets, man, we've been to some of those, and they are those are dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Chris, you're a pit coach as well. Let's wrap this up with you. Talk about the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation and that particular event.
That event is like the culmination of, used to Texas Chrome had a points chase, and that was the culminating event for the points chase. I've been lucky enough to pit coach there for 3 years. I pit coached there, and I was lucky enough 1 year to actually win the cook-off. So it's a great event. I mean, it's a good organization. What they do for veterans and everything is really good. So if you ever get a chance to come to it, it's just one of the ones you want to put on your calendar for sure.
Absolutely. Eddie, anything to add, sir?
We were dreaming of that pool in Oklahoma.
Yeah, for real. No, that fucking cook-off is badass, man. I wish I could have gone. I'll definitely be back next year. But Chris fucking tore it up that year. I don't know.
Yes, he did.
But man, you got a fan over here, bro. Paul Peters.
I just saw that. I was like, that's the strangest comment. That's the strangest comment in 7 seasons. Rob looks like he sits naked in his car with binoculars.
You skipped over another one too.
Was there another one?
Yeah.
Would you like me to read it for you?
From the same guy?
Yeah.
Jeez, why does Rob look like he pulls his penis out of park benches?
Oh,
God.
Maybe we got our next guest on here.
If you don't have weird shit, you're not doing something right, I guess. I don't know who that guy is, but let's see what else he comments. Maybe he's a Sketch fan. Did I say something bad about Sketch? I don't know. Maybe.
Can we just be honest with you? We all know that's Phil since we rated him so low. That's Phil. Listen, Phil, stop with the whole Paul Peters skit. It's not funny.
Is this Rob's freaking me out that his mom make love? Okay. All right.
Keep this guy on, man. He's funny.
Well, you start talking about my mom, then you start talking about my mom, then you're out of. And we'll let him slide, Tide, we'll let him slide till he says some more
classic. I'm sorry, Rob's getting pissed.
No, I'm not. I really am not. But when you say, when you start bringing moms into this thing, you can talk about me. I don't give a fuck. Start bringing about my mama, my 85-year-old cancer survivor mama. Yeah, then I do get a little upset. All right. All right. Where were we? Talked about Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation. Wes, you talked about your, you and your wife want to come next year. We hope you do.
We're coming awesome. For sure. I'm telling you, man, you guys did that thing is just the videos. Like I said, you didn't have to do any hype, anything for this. Just show the videos of awards. People are going to come.
Absolutely.
You should come to Danny Dietz in a couple of weeks.
We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm going to catch hell from that one. I can't go to Danny Dietz. I signed up for it. I had to call him back out. My daughter's got a cross-country match. I'm not running from Danny Dietz like you ran from this contest in Texas, Eddie. I just can't go to it due to, trying to be a father.
Yep, we'll have her run here and just follow her in the car.
And I'm not having her run in Texas. She'll die, bro. It's hot here. It's Hades there.
Yeah,
my son, hot, bro.
Yeah, it's real quick. Well, since we're talking about the Danny Dietz Memorial Classic, it's coming up real quick in 3 weeks. Excuse me. It is $50,000 are up for grabs. It is a KCBS. We don't get many KCBS events in here. I know Chris Davis, you and Eddie, both of you guys are doing a lot of more KCBS than the most of the Texas cooks out here. But I feel like we only get 3. I know we just had one in Lubbock last weekend.
We have 3 in Texas right now.
Yeah, we got Cedar Park and we have this one. So if you guys want to, travel, the 10 hours to come down here and still stay in Texas, this is a good one right here. This is the Danny Dietz Memorial Classic. It's a long time event now. They do a great job out there. This is going to be the year number 2 for KCBS event. It's September 13th and 14th at Jellystone Park in Waller, Texas. $50,000 are up for grabs. Not only that, they have some of the best trophies in barbecue, I feel. They got some paddles that are made by an actual Navy SEAL. So
you gonna be there, Rob?
I love that event, man, and I can't always not make it. So yeah, I'm planning on being there. But something.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Eddie will be there. Eddie second place rib.
Nobody remembers first.
Nope.
First right here.
Never do.
First right here. That was actually my only call I've ever had. I've cooked it like 7 years. That was my only call I've ever had at the Danny Dietz.
To answer Anthony's question was about tips on someone doing their first KCBS. Man, if you want to do good, just follow Wes around.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it.
Right next to him.
We're getting them turned around. No, hey, when it comes to KCBS, I will tell you that is something you got to cook to a standard. And I will say there's a lot of people that are scared to come in to do Danny Dietz from KCBS. I don't want to say scared. There's not a lot. Is there a lot of judges, KCBS judges in Texas? I doubt very seriously. So what's going to happen is you're going to have, 30% judges. And on KCBS, man, Anthony, you're cooking to a standard. I mean, you're not cooking it, overly cooking it. You're cooking it to the same thing every time. And you just got to practice that. And that's where it comes, repetition. So get with somebody who, you believe is a good cook that gets calls all the time. Copy their stuff and, man, try to replicate that every time everywhere you go. Man, it is a tenderness game, and it's boring to say that, but it truly is.
Yeah, I will. Last year, probably so, Wes. I think we had 30% certified judges. This year, they've done some classes. They're shooting for 100% this year. That's a great goal, but you'll probably, I think it might flip. 30-70 last year. I think it might be 70-30 this year. So,
Rob, I think Jen really done her homework, from last year. Me and you talked about it after the cook-off last year. I think she's done some things to move in the right direction this year, and there's a lot of people last year that said, hey, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. And I ain't going to lie to you. Last year I was one of those people because, it was pretty bad, But I think she's made some steps in the right direction, to get this thing going properly, and
Right.
we're gonna give it another shot this year, and see how she does this year with it. I really hope she does keep it, make it successful, because I would like to see more KCBS here in Texas, because we don't have a lot. So
you're right. And I know that she's trying her best to make sure that happens. And I do know that she learned a lot last year. And again, guys, that was year one. That was year one of trying to, turn this, rotation around, right? To spin it back to where we have a true KCBS contest. And so year two is going to be better. And of course, obviously if they continue to do KCBS, year 3 and 4, we're going to be where we want it to be. So it's going to take some time. You got to allow her, or the foundation time to make this correct. And so I think they're on the right track, and they're doing the best they can right now, and they're actually they're going in the right direction. So
she's done a good job.
If you guys are on the fence of doing it, go do a KCBS event, especially if you're going to the Royal. This is one of the few that we get to do, and the Royal's also right around the corner from that.
Yeah. Hey, and that's all
Paul
you can
doing again.
For.
Is Paul up again?
Yeah.
Hey, Rob, what do you order when you go to the bar? I'm just wondering.
Not a glass of milk. This isn't even funny.
I'm loving this Paul guy, man. I'm sorry.
All right, that's fine. I mean, Paul,
keep his mom out of your mouth, and you could stay.
Be funny. Yeah, you're still in. The fact you're still in is fine. I'm worried about Rob. Fun fact: when Rob goes to the bar, he orders a glass of milk. I mean, is that funny?
No. A little bit.
Really?
It's just funny because he's trying to mess with it.
He's trying. The trying is the word.
I don't think his real name is Paul Peter. I think he's someone who knows you, Rob. He's trying to get at you really good.
Oh man, that is Paul, aka Phil Peters.
I don't think Phil is going to take the effort to actually create I don't know. He might be. Was he mad at Wes? Was he?
No. I'm joking. I don't want anybody calling me up and be like, I wasn't mad. I'm just. Y'all know me, man. I like to have a good time and joke. I doubt very seriously he knows how to create a secondary screen.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Sorry, Phil. I love you, but it's true.
If anybody, it's probably Kit. Kit probably knows how to make a secondary deal.
We're going to pass. Somebody asked about the Royal. Man, my only advice to you is go there your first year and have fun. Take it all in. It is that is my favorite contest. There's not even a close second. That is it. I love it. It's like a reunion amongst everybody you know and you love. Don't try to go there. Man, if you go there and you just relax, you might get a call. If you go there and try to be serious, it's too overwhelming. Go there to have fun.
I agree and disagree at the same time, because I was serious, but I was trying to enjoy it, have a good time. And I mean, it worked out for me a little bit, but
how did it work out for you? Tell me.
It worked out pretty good, Wes. Finished 14th overall on day 2. Had a brisket walk, a rib walk.
Was that last year?
Yeah.
Good job, Eddie. Good job, Eddie.
Team 119. If you want to go back and look at the videos.
That's cool. My first time out there. My first time out there, I was 14th. It's weird, man.
Oh yeah, that's badass.
Your first time out, you were 14th.
First time I was 14th. Yeah. Brisket walk and 14th, 7th in brisket, 14th
in the Open,
and the Invitational.
Invitational. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey Wes, why?
I'm sorry. Man. Great fucking kickoff.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rob.
Wes and Eddie and Chris. Oh, look at it. They looked at each other. I know it. I know why. Why is the Invitational not as important as the Open? We talked about this, but I want your opinion, Chris, Wes, and Eddie. Eddie.
You go, Chris. I want to see which side of the road I need to be on.
I think the Invitational should be as important as the Open, but for some reason it's not. Maybe the only thing I can think of is maybe because there's more teams in the Open, and anybody can cook the Open. Maybe that's the reason why. I mean, that's a question I couldn't answer, Rob, because I'm not real sure on that, dude.
Well, it goes from like 185 to 500, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But still, the 185s are grand champions throughout the year or 2 years prior.
You're right.
But all you need is one grand to be in the Invitational, right?
That's correct.
I mean, I think not taking anything away from anybody that has granted, but man, I think any blind squirrel can find a nut is what they say, right? And there's some people that, man, maybe they didn't get lucky and they didn't get a grand that year, but they fucking go and tear it up at the Open, So I think, mainly having more than twice as many teams definitely makes it a bigger deal.
Yeah, you get so much for winning the Open. You get to go to the Houston Livestock and Rodeo, the Jack. There's just so many things you get to do. San Antonio, you get a lot for that, and I feel like the Invitational, while you're beating a bunch of grand champions, you get a little one night of celebration. Seems like to me.
So what are you saying? Because I don't have a super strong opinion, but I do have a decent opinion on why I think the Invitational is a little bigger than Open.
I guess what I'm saying is like that seems like it's an invitational. It's an invite. You have to earn your way in. To whereas the Open is like anybody can sign up for it, but you get more accolades for the Open than the Invitational. I just don't know it's balanced enough. That's all I'm saying.
Sure. My opinion on the matter is I look at the Invitational, and this is not throwing shade to anybody. Any one of them to win it is awesome. I look at both of those teams who win it as a world champion, the world, whatever you want to call it. I think the Invitational, in my opinion, is a little more valuable for this reason. You bring in some of these teams, and there's not many, but there's a few out there that can clutter a table up. You get out there somebody, and they're being ignorant, and they want to throw some ghost pepper. Well, they ruin that table, and it could be somebody that was in there. They ruin it from second to sixth. And when you get into the Invitational, there's nobody that's really going to do that. It's so pure. Everyone you're going against is a grand champion. People can say, it can happen to anybody. Man, it's hard to win a GC in competition barbecue. And you can back your back door into it. It still means you're pretty damn good. So in my opinion, man, the Invitational was like that pure, the best of the best going head to head. You don't have any table clutter. That's just the way I look at it.
Yeah, makes sense.
I thought you were going to say something. Yeah, table clutter is. I understand what you're saying there, Wes. Brandon, we talked about that as well. I guess it's because the same teams compete in the Open, but I feel like you have to be more precise, right? There's less forgiveness when you're competing against other champions versus, even though it's a bigger field, this may not make sense to anybody. I don't know, Wes, Chris, Eddie, you tell me. Even though it's a bigger field, I feel like there's a little more forgiveness because you're competing. You're on the table with people that aren't champions sometimes or whatever.
True. Eddie, what was that? Was it the Open you did so well at in Lebanon?
I
think it was.
Let me check.
It had to be the Open. See, somebody came to the table. He snuck up in there and got some calls. You see how anybody can get some trophies?
It was on day one. Yeah. Yeah. How many did you get, Wes?
It was an off day, man.
Louie, you don't have an invite? Oh. That's beautiful.
I swear that was
open. Supposed to drink my beer out of that? I don't know.
I don't know, man. I think that's the blind. What'd you say? A blind squirrel? That's the blind squirrel right there.
That was the blind squirrel. Yep.
Just saying, keep doing it, people. Anybody can get a trophy.
Absolutely. Look at Wes. He went to the fucking Jack.
Got it twice. Remember that. Twice.
Lee Dickel, what's up, Lee? I hear we should save our best meat for day 2. What do you guys think?
I did.
Okay. No, you need to bring it out on day 1, man.
I bring my best meat for day 1. That's what I do.
Absolutely. You're going to need it. Day 2, man, it's rolling the dice.
I think it is day 2 because we talked about it. The most accolades are for winning day 2. So, if you it's pretty awesome. You win an invitational contest at the American Royal, but it's way better to win day 2.
So, Wes, do you go in with the same mindset for both days, or do you kind of day 2? Are you like, man, whatever happens, or which one do you?
I mean this. I mean this, and I was serious about this. I look at any invitational as a little bigger than the Open. I mean, again, I would love to win any one of them. Who wouldn't? But I take my best meats I mean, there's not an ounce difference between most of them anyway. We're all saving our best meats for the Royal. You guys going to, Houston or whatever. Man, your day 1 to day 2 meets or whatever you're going that has a double. There's probably not much difference. But I take what I think is my better meat for day 1 on the Invitational. Again, you're going up against the best of the best. You need to have everything lined out. And, there's some things, and I know I'm repeating myself, but there's some things in day 2 that you may get dinged or you may get some nines that you don't deserve because of other people. I just don't think you get that in day 1. That's all I'm looking at. I'm looking at it from a strategical standpoint. So, and hell, sometimes I've gotten better calls with what I call my lesser meats, and you just don't care as much because who is not tired as hell on the second day of the Royal? Man, I have so much quit in my heart. When I'm cooking, I'm just like, man, put it in the box. And those are usually your best calls.
Yeah,
I think day 2 is kind of like playing Yahtzee. You throw a whole bunch of dice in a cup, you shake the shit out of them, and throw them on the table. That's
absolutely
day 2.
But it is hard, like what Rob said, man. You get to go to all the cool stuff, and you get invitations to if you win day 2. So I can see it both ways. I'm just telling you how I look. There's no wrong answers. That's just how I look at it. Now, I look at the invitation as a little bigger in my mind.
Put it in the box.
That's exactly right. In the box.
So what does the day 1 winner get besides the being a world champion?
Man, to me, just the world champion's enough. A world champion of Invitational. You beat the best in the world, purely the best in the world. And there's no excuse if you got on a shit table. Because I have heard a lot of people, man, I got on a table, and I'm sure I had some rookies, and they probably burned the table out, or they did that. Man, you don't get that with the first. I just, like us all, we all want to be world champions eventually, right? And you guys might even have some, we joke, but I know you guys are great cooks, but man, all I want is a world championship. That's it. Outside of that, I don't give a shit if I go anywhere else. I don't care if I get any invitational. I got to earn those anyway. So just give me a world championship and let me try to keep adding to it, and I'll be happy.
So let's go back to 3 weeks ago. So would you consider yourself a world champion if you hit a first place, anything at a world championship? Or do you want the GC title as your world championship?
Man, that is Eddie's throwing some good questions out here, man. I see you did your homework, man. I'm on both of this. I can see it both ways. And the reason why I can see it both ways is because I was like 4 100ths of a point from winning real world champion last year at the Royal. So I was like, yeah, if I'd have won this, I'm calling myself world champion. Nice. But I didn't. So for the longest time I looked at it as I only called world champions to people who win GCs. I can see now that you can say, hey, I'm a real world champion. I'm okay with that, but I don't necessarily look at people as world champions if they win it in a category, except for Memphis in May. And I look at that totally different because Memphis in May, it's like 3 cooks into 1. And I think if you win that category, you are a world champion. And you can say I've won Memphis in May overall, but I think everybody that wins the category and the overall winner can consider themselves a world champion. I don't care if people think I'm looking at it wrong. That's my opinion, and I will do that. When it comes to KCBS, CBA, Outlaw, whoever, I think if you win the categories, I'm going to call you a chicken, rib, pork, or brisket world champion. And if you win the GC, then I'm going to call you the world champion.
So, one more question. What if it's considered a world champion, but there is no international teams?
I don't even care about that. I mean, I really don't.
So would you say
I personally don't.
Would you say I'm a pork world champion?
Man, there's enough illegals running around. I'm sure somebody was in there that we could. I'm just being honest with you, man. I can bend the rules to anything that I need to make that a world. Somebody was there from El Salvador passing through that said hey to somebody. Man, it doesn't matter. If you're at one that calls themselves a world champion, I'm going to give you the kudos.
Yeah, I've never said I'm a pork champion. I just.
Well, you are. I mean, I'm going to give you that. Look, it stings, bro. It hurts my heart to call it, but you're a port world champion.
Damn.
Good for you.
Were you there?
Unfortunately, I had to watch that. My eyes burning. Only thing I got from that day is I took home $1,700 for getting that brisket wild shot.
So Eddie is in as a world champ. How do we close the border here? What do we got to do to seal this border issue to where everybody's just a world champion?
Got to get that wall up.
Everybody's a world champion nowadays. All right, Eddie, you're already in. You're a world champion. No,
you are.
He can't do it.
Why?
Because he said there was no international teams.
There was no international teams. Now, unless you consider Texas its own country, then fuck yeah, I'm a world champion.
Man, I think you're looking for somebody to stroke your ego. What do you need? Like, so you don't consider that it is the KCBS. You went to this thing because it was a world championship, and then you win the Pro World Champion, and you don't consider yourself that. No. Well, give Chris the damn trophy. Let him leave with it.
I want to see where Chris's left hand is. We're talking about stroking world champions.
He's pulling support.
Same place yours is, Rob.
That's all. See where that left hand is. Eddie, you are a world champion. I mean, obviously, we talked about this on the show.
Yeah, no,
it feels like
has their opinion, you know.
Yeah, it feels like, you know, in the barbecue community, it's accepted, right? Eddie won pork at a world championship. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, no,
at a world champion. I did not mean to do that. At a world championship, but he's, you know, considered a world champion. And Wes, what events should be considered world championship? Chris, you too. You were on the show.
We're going to rehash. We're going to get some people fired up, but that's good, man. That's what we got to do. That's what these shows are about.
That's what we're talking about, man. Let's do it.
I consider the Royal, the Invitational, and the Open world champions. I consider Memphis in May a world champion. I consider Houston Livestock a world championship. I do consider KCBS. I know it's new, but that is because people don't realize this. KCBS does not own the Royal. People look at the Royal as, man, KCBS has that. That is the Royal, and KCBS sanctions that. But KCBS World Invitational is sort of owned. It is owned by KCBS. I do consider that a world championship. So, what other one am I missing? I know I'm missing one more.
Memphis in May.
I said Memphis in May. The Royal. Man, this is where it's going to get bad. He said the Jack.
Oh, okay.
I got to be careful with this one because I said something on the show the other night, and I'm going to get text, and I'm going to get people. I can give people, and I will always call them a world champion from winning the Jack. I don't particularly like the way the Jack works because you really have, if you don't win your 7, which really you got to earn your way in, the best of the best don't always get to go. And I use this example because you had a Druid Razor Racks one year that had 5 or 6 and didn't get in. Last year you had Janky, you had 6 and didn't get in. You've had all these people that were cooking at the top of their game just unlikely not get their bung draw. Is that really the best? The Jack, you know I love you, and I'll come if you call. However, it's hard for me to World Food Championship League. You're right. That is a good one. But
is it? No, we'll talk about that one.
Lee's my boy. I'm going to say it, but we'll talk off air. And then I'll give you the truth.
Not off air. We're going to do it tonight.
Lee, I'm messing with you, brother. But the Jack is just tough for me. And again, I'm going to get hate, but it's kind of that 50-50. I'll give you your props, but I don't look at it as the pinnacle. I look at the Royal as the pinnacle.
What about CBA World Championship?
Fred runs that. Hell no. No, man. No, Fred, it's not. You get in line. Yeah. It is. Is that the one isn't that the one that our boy won, Phil? Didn't he win something like that?
Who?
Phil went Smoking on the Rio.
Yeah, Smoking on the Rio.
What's up, D-Roy Cooks? This guy is like a 1 million follower YouTuber. What's up, man? Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate you. If my wife and family like it, it's just me showing off and making the neighbors wish they were joining my barbecue. Cheers, brothers. Absolutely. All right, let's get back to some world championship talk.
Yeah, so that is my thought on it. So, yeah, I don't know a whole lot about CBA. I can tell you this, that the talk around this area is if we can hurry up and get it over here, we'll start cooking it, and we're going to have to start bleeding off into Texas because, I mean, you guys have too much damn fun. Y'all have way too much fun and I can overcook barbecue with the best of them, and that's what they like. we need to get it.
You know what's crazy about KCBS cook-offs to me is, man, after awards, everybody's fucking gone.
Yeah.
So this past weekend, man, everybody was gone. The only people that stayed was the two motherfuckers from Texas.
You and Chris.
Yeah, it was just us two in the empty ass fucking field.
That's true. We tend to get out.
Y'all
of there.
snuggle.
Y'all leave before awards even fucking start.
Well, that's kind of gotten to be the trend. That was funny and cool at first. Now it's like, man, these people are putting this on. How about you stay? I'm gonna say about half the people, man, get up and they leave, and they got other people to grab their trophy. And that does need to change. I mean, it's a little disrespectful.
It's kind of like y'all do shit ass backwards because y'all get there on a fucking Wednesday, and y'all are there, 2 days before, but then y'all leave during awards or before awards. That's just crazy. Because I like
get
to have
there
fun
on Friday after work, and you stay there to Monday morning and come home. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You do it back.
I like to have fun after awards.
In Texas, we like to party. So we like our Jesus to party after awards too.
Yeah,
so.
and we're all celebrating. We all want to win. We're all celebrating afterward, and we're celebrating the teams that do win. Lee Hickle, Lee had a comment here. I had to beat teams from London, Dubai, Afghanistan, and Louisiana. Why would you not consider World Food Championship world title? Let's address that here in just a minute. But that's something that we can talk about, man. But Eddie raised the question about the CBA World Championship. We do have international teams, and so
yes.
What considers, we'll talk about again, smoking on the Rio teams, contests that just kind of announce, hey, we're a world championship. What constitutes that? And I'm not picking on any. I guess I mentioned them by name, but what constitutes that? Can an event just say I'm a world championship and be a world championship?
I mean, yeah, technically.
Yes, at the moment, yes, they actually they can.
But they can, yeah.
But in the eyes of us cookers and people that support,
I mean, and it's a reach and it's a lot to ask for. But I think maybe five international teams would definitely consider a world championship. But one, I don't know.
Man, I don't get the whole beating people from overseas, and I don't. I mean, if it is,
my boy. No, he's fucking with me.
That's too funny. You can have a love, Tony, man.
Oh, you got a Tony. I just fixed it. Tony, golly, send me $5, bitch.
He's gonna be looking for it.
Yeah, no shit, Venmo.
But no, to go back to what you're saying, I maybe we should call it a national championship or something. The world sounds better, but maybe it's because even if they don't come over, are they invited? Of course they are invited. So I mean, if it's a world championship and people can come, but if they choose not to. I don't think we're keeping people from other countries from coming. They wanted to come to KCBS World Invitational. They could have more than welcomed came. They just didn't show up. That shouldn't be a knock on you, Eddie, for being the Port World Champion. They just didn't arrive. That's not your fault. Yeah, they had an invitation. They just got scared, man.
I don't know.
Man, wear that crown right. Eddie's needing somebody from every continent there to claim
every fucking one, bro.
All right. Before we get to we're past the top of the hour, but before we get to moving on towards the show,
somebody said something earlier. Sorry, Rob.
Go ahead. What was it?
Somebody said something earlier, but fuck, I don't remember. Oh shit! How did this end up here?
God Almighty. They give belts out to anybody over there.
All right. Lee Hickle, we touched on it for a minute. World Food Championships, Wes, this is kind of can anybody enter the World Food Championship?
Can I answer this?
Oh, Chris, go for it, please.
Hey, Lee's gonna get mad, so you better.
Oh, come on, Chris. Come on, Chris.
Man. I've known Lee since he started in this whole barbecue journey, and I've been good friends with Lee for years. He said something, if I can find his comment here, that, where is it at?
Was it about the countries?
No, he was talking about like the Louisiana and everything. Yeah, okay. So they had to beat teams from London, Dubai, Afghanistan, Louisiana.
Look at producer Ty.
Why would you
Thank
not
you.
consider WFC a world title? And I think that, okay, it's a world title, yes, but it's not a world championship, in my opinion, because you didn't win the entire thing. You won that title, kind of like the same thing as categories, you know? You win a category, you're a world champion in that category, but you're not going to, in my personal opinion, you have to win a GC in order to be a world champion. But you are a champion in that category, which gives you that title for that. So that's just my opinion on that, Lee.
Wes, what do you think about Eddie, what do you think about the World Food Championships?
I guess, yeah. I mean, I think I would consider it a world championship. I mean, I haven't never been, so I'm not really sure how it works. I just know they do a bunch of cooking and a bunch of extra shit. So can't really answer that question. I don't know much of it. I don't know much about it. I never really looked into it, but I mean, it's definitely I'd give it a world title.
Yeah. And I don't want to be a gatekeeper for world championships, titles, or whatever. It's just, we just kind of feel like we need to, put some guidelines on what makes that happen.
Yeah. Yes. Look, if anybody
don't be jealous, bro.
I don't know a lot about it either. I see a bunch of people. I think everybody gets a gold ticket now. If you just show up, if you are 33rd and the other 32 people in front of you get. I don't like. That's the only part about those things I don't like.
I agree with you on that.
Lee, I look at it as if you've earned your way there, and it is anybody has earned their way there. It is a world championship. I don't know much about it outside of. I think my daughter has a gold ticket, and we drove by a contest one time, and it was given down. So, I don't like that part. If y'all can back off on just giving away all the way down to 34th place, I'd be more cool with it.
I agree with you there, Wes, because I've been to comps before, where like you got a guy that wins first place stake, first place, second place, third place, fourth place, up to ninth place. They've all got that golden ticket.
Yeah, they're like, give it this guy back over here.
Ticket 10th place. I mean, did you earn that shit? No, you didn't earn it.
No. Now, again, before anybody gets pissed, Lee, I know you earn it because I know what type of cook you are. But when you've got a guy over there that's in a puff and blow wheelchair walking up getting a golden ticket because he burned a steak for 35th, dude, come on. That's not cool.
I give Lee his props for that thing, but I would say, Lee, that you are a champion in that category, the live fire category. But are you considered a world champion overall? In my opinion, bro, I don't think so.
He is a world champion live fire. You're exactly right. I will always, he is a world champion in the live fire. It's no different than when I would say if Eddie is a world champion in the pork, and other people are world champions in the rib and whatever. But in those categories that I said, those competitions outside of Memphis in May, you're not going to be the world champion until you win the GC.
And Wes is the world champion in South Haven, Mississippi.
No, that was the Drew Davis invitation for the longest, man. Yeah.
We hung out with Drew Davis this past weekend, man.
Yeah. That guy's a hell of a cook. So
yeah, he's a great cook, man.
What did he say? It was passed down. They shouldn't be allowed to have cook Houston since Paris already had a ticket. That's a good point, Lee. I mean, what do you think about that, Eddie? See, this is what I like about this, man. It's open dialogue here.
Yeah, it opens everything up. Yeah.
That's a good point.
I think Houston does that because they want to fill those spots on Champions Road. Like that year with Bill winning. I think he won Austin that year.
He won San Antonio first, so he claimed that entry, and then he granted Austin, and I reserved it. So, but he had already had his entry. He can't have two spots, so then that one went to me.
Right.
So
I see the point he's trying to make, though. I mean, and Lee, and I'm really getting down to if there was a limit on where it went down to. Let's say it can only go down to third. I'm actually be okay with that. But I mean, I've seen these things go down into the teens of people because the top 12 already had them. And there's got to be a limit. I mean, what do you think on that? You can comment, but that's just my opinion.
I mean, if I couldn't have made it to the Houston Livestock Show this year, then it would have gone down to third place overall. You know, so
which I think is fine.
I don't know if fourth would have gone or fifth would have gone, but I mean, yeah, you got to fill the spots. I mean, you got to have somebody from whatever cook-offs they take. I mean, I don't make the rules. I mean,
100 people jumped on because Bill Purvis just commented.
Can we correct Lee? You know, it's not Pervis, it's Pu. That's a different Purvis. Just saying, that's just a different Purvis. Bill Purvis. You know, San Antonio. I kind of, you know, near and dear to my heart. What do you guys think of San Antonio, Chris?
Man, if you're going to consider other cooks, you know, world championships, I think San Antonio should be in that category as well. You know, I mean, it's
got everything. It checks all the boxes.
From different nations and stuff there. I agree with Eddie. I believe it should be 5 different nations is what I think, you know. But San Antonio, if you're going to give, you know, world championships, you know, to the KCBS World Invitational, you know, and the CBA World Invitational, you know, and Smoking on the Rio and stuff like that, you should consider San Antonio one of those as well.
Should you consider Austin also?
I mean, Tom's getting made for it. I just don't think Austin is.
I mean, they had an international team.
International team. I don't think Austin's as prestigious as San Antonio is.
But the same Mexico teams were in Austin that were in San Antonio. Yeah, they were considering. Right. They had Japan. So I mean, should that be a world championship?
So y'all are stuck on 5. Y'all say there's got to be 5 countries there for it to be a world championship. So let me ask you this, and we're going to throw our boy Phil into the. Do y'all consider his Australian championship a world championship? Since there was just 2 American teams there.
I consider it a world championship because Phil went across the pond to compete in that, you know, and he won it on international grounds, you know. So let's say, you know, you go over there, Wes, you know, and you went on international grounds, I would consider you a world champion. Or if someone from over there came here to cook, you know, and they won a contest that was, you know, like that, I mean, I think yes, but at the same time, it also goes back to, you know, what constitutes a world championship. There's no parameters for it.
No, I only bring that up because I do look at it as obviously a legit treaty as it is, but it doesn't have 5 countries in it. Yeah. You guys are saying it's got to have 5 countries.
Let's ask Eddie.
Oh, let me correct myself there and saying it has to have 5 countries. I believe I should clarify this. I think that should be one of the parameters if you're going to have something that says, hey, we're going to be a world championship. If we're going to be a world championship.
Adam? What's up, Adam?
I think there should be 5 different countries there. I think that should be the thing that sets the stage for world championships, in my personal opinion.
Okay.
And I think at that point in time, you can say, hey, this truly is a world championship.
I mean, you need a proclamation from the state to have a state championship, right? So in Oklahoma this past weekend, man, the state and the fucking reservation or the tribe or whatever, they're beefing. They had some shit going on, and so it wasn't really a state championship, man. It was like I don't know,
tribal championship. Man, that was an Indian world champion.
Yeah. So, man, I think there needs to be something that you go to somebody. I don't know who, fucking Donald Trump, to get a proclamation for making it a world championship. I don't know.
But you're talking about
running there.
Like what they had to do, they had to go to the tribal leaders, and they had to get letters from the tribal leaders, you know, stating that, okay, we agreed to this, you know, each tribal leader agreed to it. So therefore it was good for the jack, you know?
Yeah. And you know what the funny thing was? Don't lie. They went to those leaders and it was at a casino. Be honest.
Yeah.
It was.
It was.
It was at a casino.
Yeah. It was legit then. If y'all saw the tribal leader at a casino, that guy was for real.
For real.
Yeah.
He was for real.
And he had a neck brace.
Bill Purvis with if a 60 to 100 team KCBS Invitational is a world championship. So is Austin and San Antonio.
You
Austin
can't go against that.
200 feet. I understand. Eddie, answer Mr. Wes Garrett's question about the Australian one.
I mean, yeah, I think it is a world championship.
You just crawl
But he
back.
doesn't have 5 international teams, so.
But that's what we're saying. Like, if there was parameters, I think people are misconstruing what I'm saying, and what Eddie's saying.
Like,
as well.
if there right now, anything could be a world championship if you name it a world championship. But if we're gonna go like, all right, why? Like, if we're gonna, like I said, go into a state and get in a proclamation. Like, if there's gonna be criteria to make it something a world championship, I think that there needs to be minimum 5 teams. Not that that's going to happen. It's not going to happen. Who do we go to in order to make it a world championship? You're not going to go to 5 different fucking presidents or leaders or dictators and get them to sign a fucking paper. Because, you just can't. Right? So at this point, it's just whatever the promoter wants. If they want to call it a world championship, then that's what it is. Now, if there had to be a criteria, yeah, there should be 5 fucking international teams.
Yeah. Rob, would you highlight Mr. Keen's the Sharpie, what he just said? Because he nailed it, in my opinion.
Producer Ty, go for it, bro.
Which one?
It says if it's open to the world.
Okay, here we go.
That's perfectly stated. If you can get your ass here and it's available for every team to fly in to compete for world, then it should be. The KCBS Invitational was open to all teams around the country, around the world, the globe, to come into. If they didn't make it, that's not anybody's fault. If it's open to them and they can get there, I think Mr. Keen knocked it out of the park.
So then every cook-off, every weekend,
everyone could be. I don't agree with that.
Well, only if it is what I call a world championship. Like if it's the Royal, if it's San Antonio, if it's Austin or whatever, and they can come to it. It just because they don't come to it, it's not like you're kicking like the Jack. Again, I go back to that. Now people think, oh, you're hating on the Jack. I just say that's a lot of luck to get there. It's not always the best. Some years it's the best. Some years it's not. When you have a Darren Worth or a Brad Leidiger or a Schaefer or you're the top of the top of Nate or Janke, I gotta say all this, and then I'm gonna leave somebody out there and get mad. But you know what I'm saying? If you got the top 10 in the country and they can't go there because they didn't get picked, is it truly a world championship? Honestly, honest question.
Yeah.
They want to go, they just can't go because they didn't get their bong picked.
You should have had one more GC.
Tom Ball is open to the. Look at Ty. Ty's happy about that one. Corbett said, what if New Zealand has a cook-off? And there you go. Sorry, my bad, Ty. And what if New Zealand has a cook-off and a U.S. team goes and cooks? Is it a world champ? It's kind of like what we just talked about in Australia.
As it sits right now, yes, they could claim that as a world championship.
Adam Gotro, what's up, Adam? Thank you very much for tuning in the show. Most every contest is open to the world. I feel like all of them are. That's why I don't agree with that one. Can we highlight Jackie's comment real quick?
I love it. I was reading that one too. She's right.
This topic is going in circles. Feels like I'm listening.
We need to get off this round.
No, let me. If I could lend some perspective to what Chris Davis is talking about.
Let's go.
Think about this. This is, the way he's feeling passionate about like some of the things he's thinking about. This man is world traveled, like in the military, and so he's thinking on a global scale. And I like that because he already mentioned like we need to have contests other places. Make sure KCBS is more in Texas. The International Barbecue Alliance. I believe that this lends itself to a lot of good conversation about some of the sanctioning bodies. So it's just, I don't know. I kind of lost my point, but it's. I'm sorry, I lost my point.
Chris Davis is the world championship or world champion if we're talking about military.
No,
without a doubt.
Not a world champion.
That dishonorable discharge doesn't mean nothing to me.
Don't mean nothing, bro.
No, but so to be able to make Champions Barbecue Alliance a global, since Phil Breeden has come back and Bill Purvis has come back from Australia, maybe there's a sanctioning body we can send over there, this Champions Barbecue Alliance or International Barbecue Association, or, God forbid, we send all 5 sanctioning bodies worldwide. Then they can come back and I think people's consideration of what is a world championship is going to change when this takes off. And it's going to, because it's going to be on TV. People are going to put it on podcasts. Podcasts are going to become very popular. All these personalities that are Phil Breeden and Bill Purvis and Rob Arocha, who has given so much to the barbecue game. Y'all should think on a fucking global scale, man, because that's the way I think about this. I want to wake up someday and then be able to see all these sanctioning bodies, with contests everywhere. So that's what I'm about, and I love the passion Chris Davis has. So,
a few years ago, man, one of the guys was in the comments here, Lee Hickle, I was talking to him, and Lee said, look, he's like, the reason why I joined IBCA is because it said International Barbecue Cookers Association. He said, once I got into IBCA, I realized it was not international. And that's the reason why he left and went and cooked KCBS for a whole year, because he wanted to see other things. He was expecting IBCA to be international because it's in the name, when it wasn't.
Right.
Well, I mean,
yeah. So if you win the IBCA points chase, then that make you international.
No, it don't make you nothing. Because you won Texas. And that's pretty much what IBCA is Texas, and pretty much the same thing with CBA. CBA is Texas, We have multiple sanctioning bodies here in Texas. So
17 of them.
Yeah.
And here's the last thing I'll say. I don't want to take over like a different way for the show to go, but
you're on a roll, Ty.
The people that I've seen that have been in charge, like specifically Dennis Butterworth, that's the prez of IBCA now. I want him on my podcast. I want to know what he has to say about marketing stuff. I want to know what he has to say about cooking. I want to know what he has to say about putting together an event. Because he's done all that stuff. So, like his brain, Fred Robles's brain that I've monitored and observed from a distance and talked to him a few times, and then some of the stuff I've seen going on with Outlaw with their podcast. I've been watching their stuff, man. Like I'm ingrained into this game. I mean, Tom Clark is obviously my favorite, barbecue of all time. Tom Clark, JC's good old boys. But getting to know everybody, have we taken over?
They want us to high five, another one.
But getting to know all these people, man, I love it. Every week I look forward to this shit. So
yeah.
All right, I'm out.
He came with a thunder, didn't he? Rob is muted. You're muted.
I did mute myself. I'm sorry. Every cook knows the big signature events, and rather it's San Antonio or Austin. That's a good point, Bill Purvis. The credibility comes with winning those events. Such status. All right. Can we put this to bed? Because as Jackie said, it's like listening to Chris Davis talk. Her bed. And even though, believe it or not, I'm older than Chris Davis by like 8 years.
There's no way.
8 years, Wes.
Hey, Wes, this is platinum, bro.
Dude, you had a hard life. Dude, you're stressed to the gills.
I have had a hard life.
He's a Marine, bro. He's a Marine. The man is like 40. Are you 44 or 45?
44.
40.
Shit, I'm older than Chris.
I'm older than Chris.
You need to talk with a psychologist.
He's older than Chris. God dang.
We're going to say lead paint. You've had your share of lead paint, and that's cool.
Shout out to Roy Austin right here. Not because of this comment. Rob's got low miles. Lyle 88 Honda CRX at the time in 88. But Roy Austin.
For those phosphates in the back of the thing too.
It's still a little early to announce, but we got something in the works, and it's going to be a Galaxy Championship, not World Championship. It's a big Galaxy Championship because we can just say it. It's going to be a Galaxy Championship. Intergalactic planetary.
You talking about what was being talked about the other day on the Book of Faces, the IBCA and CBA thing?
No, completely different. Rather or not, San Antonio makes me a world champion. I have several world championships. Ask me for help on different proteins. Bill Purvis, San Antonio does make you a world champion. Sorry, my opinion. What do you guys think?
Absolutely.
Purvis is a badass, man. He's definitely a Barbecue USA world champion.
And what he said, you guys just kind of, he said it earlier. It's like, hey, you guys be the judge of it. I'm the judge of it. I feel like San Antonio is a world championship.
Until it changes its name, it's not.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's not. It's not. They don't consider themselves a world championship. It's not a world championship.
No, but I'm encouraging San Antonio. If you're a director, you're a high.
Oh yeah, I mean, make it a world championship.
Make it a world championship. You have all the tools. You check all the boxes to be a world championship. Just make it a world championship because it has everything. It has international teams. It's got the best competitors. It might be the hardest contest to win. Congratulations to Fred, Bill, Max, whoever's won this event recently. It has all the competitors. It's harder to win San Antonio than Houston. It is a world championship. It is international teams. What?
You think San Antonio is a more prestigious cook-off than Houston?
Absolutely.
I do. I honestly do.
They should trade titles.
They
should. And I've been saying it for years now, a couple of years now. It checks all the boxes. It is bigger. It's a bigger contest. There's 300 teams in San Antonio. There's 236 in Houston. And of those 236 in Houston, 200 or 150 of them are legacy teams that don't really care. The rest of them hired guns like Phil Breeden, just people all over the, Bill Purvis, myself, where I don't have a spot there. I go cook there. It's harder to get in. You can't get into Houston. Now you can't get into San Antonio. It's kind of locked right now. But yes, I feel 100% certain that San Antonio is a better contest. It's a tougher contest. It's got all the international teams. It checks all the boxes. It is a world championship, in my opinion.
They have rules and they follow them.
Yeah, it's sanctioned.
So are y'all stamping this one? Is San Antonio official world championship? We ending that tonight? Is it done by vote? Raise your hand if it is. Damn.
Oh, okay.
He pulls it out. All right, Bill, you're a world champion. Officially.
I've been saying Bill's a world champion forever on that one. And he is. Yeah. Fred's a world champion. Fred, I don't know how many times he's a world champion, but Fred Robles, your backup producer. There he is right there.
I don't remember him winning anything, to be honest with you.
All right. Steven Rosinski. He's in.
He's in there.
We're in, brother.
Gooder gang, if you guys feel San Antonio is a world championship, put it in the comments. If you don't, also put it in the comments. We'd love to hear from the Gooder gang. The Gooder gang is the best part of this show. Thank you very much. Interaction is always best. All right. Houston, no burn-ins. Burn-in gets walk. Okay. You guys can take a break.
Can I say this, Rob?
Yes, sir.
Everybody is putting this in the comments. Y'all remember, Bill's class goes up $200 now that he's a world champion. So think about that shit for your vote.
Well, you're selling the note. So good.
So is Eddie a world champion winning Austin? Okay, we can address that as well. Not right now, though. Wes shook his head.
Mama low.
Wes said no. Wes said no. Okay.
Well, the world champion Bill said yes. So,
all right. So we're gonna take a break. Not me. You guys are gonna take a break. You guys go pee. Do whatever you got to do. Wes Garrett, you can go kick the tires. Do what you need to do. I'm gonna do a wrap up recap. I'm gonna do an upcoming event segment. We'll come back with Wes Garrett from Piglitically Incorrect to do his Mount Rushmore and his barbecue homies. We'll do some rate my boxes, and then we'll get out of here.
Right.
We're an hour and a half in. We're a little behind schedule. Chris, Eddie, what you thinking?
There's Fred.
Let's rape some boxes.
There's Fred. I think Fred's been watching now. He says, "What's up, fellas?
What's up, brother?
What's up, brother?" All right. Oh, you know what I got to do? I got to add these. I can do it real quick though. Boom, boom. There he is, producer Ty's putting that up there. I'm going to add some slides. We're going to do the upcoming events segment and the rate my box. and the bullprinting wraps and graphics wrap-up recap. Y'all stand by just for 1 second. We'll get this going.
I'm Phil Breeden, owner and founder of LC Barbecue, and you're watching the So Smoking Good Show.
Here's Mr. Phil Breeden. All right, the Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics wrap-up recap, sponsored by Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics. Over in the Champions Barbecue Alliance, we had one big contest, huge contest, the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation. We talked about this earlier. The grand champion, how about Stacy and Josh Hale from Sure Shot Barbecue? Not only winning, they wiped the floor with the field. There's 68 teams that went over to El Campo. We talked about that great event, great venue, all of it. 68 teams. They wiped the field, 10-point win. Congratulations, Stacy and Josh Hale. Sure Shot Barbecue. The RGC
Somebody go buy corn. I'll go buy another bunch of corn. I'm Josh Hale, the corn dog. Hi, Josh Hale.
Hey, this is Josh Hale with Sure Shot Barbecue, and you're watching the So Smoking Gooder Show, the Corn Dog King.
There he is, the Corn Dog King. Happy to see it. Happy to be there in person to witness that. Congratulations, Stacy and Josh Hale. Sure Shot Barbecue. RGC Sam Freeze, Triple Up Barbecue. Yeah, they whooped everyone's ass, including ours. Smoking and Toasting, Cesar Mejia. All right, out. Nothing in IBCA last weekend. Over in the Outlaw Barbecue Association, going for broke in the Pacific Northwest. They were in the Pacific Northwest. How about grand champion Shane LeClaire? Damn, Yankee, Texas Barbecue. Congratulations. The RGC was Justin West from Hat Creek Q. Just saying, 2 Texas teams went up to the Pacific Northwest and dominated RGC. Over in Lone Star, they weren't in Texas either. They were in New Mexico, the 8750 Music Fest and Barbecue Cook-Off. The grand champion was Mr. Sergio Chapa from Coyote Cookers. RGC was Jay Taylor. Sorry, I don't know his team name. In KCBS, we had a couple. The second one is also not the Red Raider meets Wes. Are you in there? No, he's not here. The Red Raider meets Ribeye Cook-Off. Grand champion Jen and Joe Webster from Rolling Smoke Texas Barbecue. Congratulations. The RGC was 3 Cow Cartel. And I think this was in Oklahoma. Yeah, this was the Oklahoma one where our boys Chris and Eddie were. Oklahoma contest. Sorry, I don't know the official name. Grand champion was Fire Dancer Barbecue. The RGC was Money's Stove Barbecue. All right. That's going to take it for the Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics wrap-up recap. Real quick, the upcoming event segment over in the Champions Barbecue Alliance. The kids kicking cancer in Crosby, Texas, a state championship. We got the Denny's Memorial. We talked about that earlier. Needville, Texas, also a state championship. And we got the Cowboys Heritage Cook-Off in Pleasanton, Texas, also a state championship. 3 state championships in the Champions Barbecue Alliance. IBCA, we got the Anderson Fire Department 4th Annual Cook-Off in Navasota, Texas, also a state championship. We got the Beaver County Fair Cow Chip Throw and Cook-Off, I like that, in Beaver, Oklahoma. That is also an Oklahoma state championship. And we got the Victoria API Roping and Cook-Off in Edna, Texas. All right, and over in Lone Star Barbecue Society, we got the Fayette County Fair in LaGrange, Texas. Also a state championship. Nothing in the IBCA. Pew, 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 pew. There. Over in the IBCA, we have, over in the KCBS, we have the East Central East Central Kansas Barbecue Championship in Paola, Kansas. We got the Hill City Wine, Brew, and Barbecue in Hill City, South Dakota. We got the Montana Pitmaster Classic in Bozeman, Montana. And in Pennsylvania, the New Holland Summerfest, New Holland, Pennsylvania. All 4 of those are state championships in Kansas, South Dakota, Montana, and Pennsylvania. Okay. Well, if you guys stuck around for that, thank you very much. If you didn't, well, then screw you, right, Wes?
That's it.
I mean, if they didn't stick around, I guess, can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that?
No, not at all. All right, I'm taking over.
All right, calling my son. I just said, Eli, please shut my door. All right, damn it. Wes, thank you very much. Thank you very much for this this show tonight. I think it's been a lot of great information. Oh, there they are. They're back.
It's been a blast. It's been fun. I like sitting here just talking shit with guys.
That's all we're doing, man. This is like normal phone calls for all of us. We're just broadcasting it for everybody to see right now.
Yeah. Hey, if anybody else has any questions or opinions, throw them in there. We'll jump on it. We can hurt feelings on those topics as well.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely. Chris Davis and our co-host Eddie Morales. Anything to add before we get to some other stuff right now?
Nope. We were out there fucking drinking beer, and our wives are watching the show on the TV, and we're just fucking sitting there talking, and they're like, the broadcast is delayed like 30 seconds. We're like, oh shit. So you were still going over the recap, and we're like, oh fuck, we gotta get back.
I gotta get in there. Absolutely. Cool.
That was it.
All right, nice. All right, Wes Garrett, you've seen the show. You've been on. No, you haven't been on the show. Maybe you have, but never officially. This is part of the show we do our Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
In our barbecue homies. This is you put 4 people on the mountain, 1 in the gift shop.
God, this is tough, man. I have thought about this for a couple of days.
So what we're asking, people that inspired you or helped you along the way, helped you on your barbecue journey, whatever it may be. Wes Garrett, who is on Piglitically Incorrect's Mount Rushmore?
I'm going to have to start out. My number 1 that I look at as he's the epitome in my time, and I'll explain this not to piss anybody off. It's Brad Light. He's got to go out there, and he's helped me. He's and I sit back there and I just watch this guy. He was like the Jeff Gordon of the time when Darren Worth was like the Earnhardt. He's my number 2.
That's a great analogy, by the way.
He kind of came on and was the golden boy. So again, that just happened as I came on. So if I was a little bit older, it would probably be Darren. It'd be that number 1. But let's just say they're 1 and 1 A. We're going to go with Brad Lightiger. Then we're going to transition into Darren Worth. We going number 3? How you want to do this?
Yeah, number 3. You're good.
Number 3, man. Honestly, it's Bill Hine. And I'm not saying he has come in and he's been cooking forever. I just look at him as one of the best all-around cooks in the country. I think that guy is consistent. He's also helped me. He's a dear friend. And then you just don't see him missing much. I look at him, if he's definitely on my Mount Rushmore. I can remember when me and him had the same win total. And now that dude he's taken off. I'm not even in the same galaxy as him anymore. He's damn good. So, and my last, man, this is where it has gone to so many different people, and I will probably change my mind in 10 minutes. But I've got to go Chris Schaefer, man.
Oh, nice.
And he is one of my mortal enemies. We're 2 big smart asses, and we love going against each other. But, man, I respect him, greatly. So he's got to go on there as well. And I've seen him just absolutely soar to the top. And he's a great guy. And as much as he he really likes to act like he's an ass to me. The guy would help me do whatever I needed to do. So he's definitely on there.
All right, you get one in the gift shop. Almost made it on the mountain. Not quite. They got a bobblehead in the gift shop downstairs, right next to the vending machine. Who is that person?
Oh, I have got to say this for the sake of my my Tuesday night career. I'm gonna make it a double. We're gonna say Bill Purvis and Phil Breeden.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Nope.
All right, we're gonna call it Peel.
Nope.
Phil Breeden. No, no.
Eddie. Are we allowing this, Eddie?
I mean,
you gotta let me do that, man.
If that's who he wants in his gift shop, yeah, it's his Mount Rushmore.
You're gonna allow a double gift shop person?
I mean, if he says Pill Burvis,
it's gotta be.
You disappoint me, Eddie. You disappoint me, Eddie.
Let it be maybe.
I'll tell you what. This is officially the So Smoking Gooder show. You got to pick one.
Got to pick one, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be Bill, then, I guess, man. Just because the guy is, again. I go back.
Think before you answer. That might have been a good answer right there, Bill Purvis.
And I didn't even look, Bill. I didn't even see that before you said this. I've known Bill longer, and Bill has been a true friend. And honestly, man, anytime I've needed anything, I've been able to reach out to him, and he's been genuine. I don't think he even knows his recipe, so I think he's lying to me because he's making it up.
I agree with that.
He is definitely one of the best cooks in the world right now.
He is. He's
and
solid.
It's hard never not to put him up there. So yeah, and we just deemed him a world champion. So God, he's up there.
Yeah, 100%. All right, so your gift shop is Bill Purvis, and never has been a truer spoken word than I don't think he knows what his recipes are right now. And Bill will tell you. Bill will tell you right now in the comments. Yeah, probably true right now.
Yeah, Fred's he's on deck. You're right.
Eddie, as much as a hard ass as you've always been, I did not expect that from you, my man. Just saying.
You know,
my man, I love that guy right there.
It's a special night.
Let me tell you about my best friend. He's a one.
All right, barbecue homie. You gotta maybe put the other guy on there. Who's the barbecue homie? Who's somebody you want to set up with? Who's somebody you talk to all the time? Somebody that who's your barbecue homie? It's pretty
100%.
Self-explanatory.
It's David and Joel going with Kith and Ken.
Oh,
they are our barbecue best friends, our homies, our ride or dies. They're like my family, and without a doubt. So it's got to be this, and they're a twofer.
Yeah, I know. They're the same team. I'd love to meet them. They seem like a fun.
Man, I met them. They're
awesome, man. And Joel would drink anybody here on the table any night of the week.
Tony Tanachi, they're great people. Bill Purvis, great people. Serge says, "Where did Temu Phil land?"
That guy's in jail.
He's in jail.
He's in jail.
You get a gumball machine, homie.
Ooh.
So if they're unavailable, you go to the next guy.
That's right. I forgot about the gumball, man. Shit. There's too many, man. There's too many.
You got to pick one.
I know. Damn.
Wes Garrett.
No. Maybe it is Temu Phil. Can we go him?
Oh,
just to be safe. I love that guy. Class act.
Nope. Can't be.
Can't be him.
Nope.
I was gonna let that slide, but now
you know what? I want to back, and this is no joke. I'm gonna go with Chris Davis here. I'm gonna go with Chris. I love talking with Chris, and he's just an awesome dude. We chat, we BS. He's real. If you don't want to get a real answer, don't pick up the phone when Chris calls. So, and I like doing barbecue contests with the guy, man. He's awesome. So, not kissing ass. I mean that.
And he dresses nice
Love
in
you,
the
bro.
contest.
Yeah, smells a little rank, but that's hey man, the guy's got PTSD. That's okay. But he means well. He served our country. Let
He
him be.
makes up for it with his dress code. It's nice. It's nice. He does a good job.
To you there, Chris.
Cheers, brother. Love you, man.
Shout out to Chris Davis, Eddie Morales, Wes Garrett. Y'all ready to rate some boxes, man?
Fucking rape these bitches.
Are y'all ready to rate some boxes? Mr. Producer Ty, come in here, my man. How we looking tonight? What do we got? What do we got lined up? We got about we got about 30 minutes. I said 2 hours. We'll go to 15.
Well, we have a tremendous amount of boxes. So I've got 22 in a folder. And my Facebook, I had to close it out for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, because I have so many popping in that all I kept hearing in my ear was bling, 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 bling. So I've got 22 ready. So we'll go until whenever you say, Rob.
All right, Ty. Hey, let's not do any doubles. If two people if one person send in two boxes, let's just go one per deal. We'll go 30 minutes. All right.
There's none tonight.
We'll go 30 minutes. We're not going to go till midnight. We're going to go till 10:15, 10:20ish. Y'all ready to do some boxes?
Pacific time.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We're going to play some music. There he is right there. Producer Ty. Wes, you're okay. Here we go. We're going to start early right now. And poker face, Wes. Poker face, Chris.
Dude, you want me to start on this?
No, yeah, but let's let the Gooder gang go. Again, guys, we're going on a 10 through 7 scale. 10 is excellent. 9, very good. 8 is fair. 7 is poor. Gooder gang, you gotta chime in right now. Roy Austin with a 7. Tony's notching 9. ZZ Top Fan 8. Los Gordos 9. Brian Fox 8. 2 different sauces. Good question. Surge with an 8. 9, 8, 9, 8, 9. All right. Time for you, Mr. Wes Garrett.
Bro, I've got to go with a 9 because I look at this picture and it makes me want to eat this shit up. I don't care about the two different. This looks delicious. And again, I don't do a lot of the CBA and IBCA or whatever this is. I got to give it a 9.
All right, I'll go last here. Chris Davis, you're up.
I give it an 8.
Josh Hale, 8.
I give it an 8.
Why?
2 different sauces, man. You got the leg blowout, it kind of throws it off for me. And the wing up in the top, I guess what I'm looking at is the right corner, it's kind of showing the bottom there. It looks white on the bottom, which I understand. But, I think you could have taken a little bit more time and presented this a little better.
All right. Eddie?
I'm going to go with the 8. Blowout. There's a couple blowouts, and, man, I don't want that backbone. I want that breast to the front. Wings look okay, but, yeah, 2 different sauces. Yeah, it's 8 for me.
8 as well for me. I want to see what Eddie said. I don't like that. I want that twisted, 90 degrees. I want to see the breast forward still, but I want to cut into the breast, not cut into the backside of this deal. The 2 sauces are throwing me off. It looks completely different. 8 for me. Same sauce, second place. Carlos Calzada claims it. All right, nice. All right, next box. That just broke my heart, by the way, because it was probably no Campo. This one's kind of hard to see. If you guys are going to turn in boxes, please do it from the front end and not a side view. But that said, we'll continue on. Gooder gang, do your thing before we chime in. I'll go first. Eddie will go. We'll go backwards. We'll go me, Eddie, Chris Davis, and Wes Garrett. All right, here we go. We got 9, great color. 10, 9, 9, 9, 10, 9, 9, 10. All right, enough of commented. I will give this a 10. Looks good. I like the color. I like the bass boating. I can see some some seasoning coming through. I do call it breast. I like the, you can see the breast to the leg. It's a 9 for me. It's not a solid 10 yet. Eddie.
I'm gonna give this one I'll give it a 9. Kind of want to give it an 8, but I'll give it a 9.
All righty, Chris Davis.
I'm gonna give it an 8 because I critique it really bad. Like where the wing, kind of comes together like this. And you got that little piece sticking out.
Are you talking about at the tip? You talking about the tip?
Right on the tip.
So why don't you just cut that motherfucker off, right?
Yeah, you cut it off, not the tip, with that little piece.
Just saying.
And then down there where the thighs at, you can see where the skin is pulled back. I can see it rolling right there. So I would give it an 8. That's what I'm gonna give it.
Wes Garrett.
I've never won a cook contest where Chris Davis is fucking done. I can promise you that because I can't see nothing but perfection on this. This is a 10 all day long of what I'm looking at. Maybe the picture needs a little more light. Dude, that is phenomenal.
Now in CBA, we're able to fill the box with other pieces. What do you guys think about? Eddie and I have had a conversation on this. What do you think, Wes?
Now that you say that, I thought it just had to go just half chicken.
No, we can fill that box.
I would still go with
in
10
CBA.
for the simple fact that I still live by the old adage: you can't get scored down on what you didn't put in the box. But it sounds like you can in CBA. I'm still going 10, man. I think that is a great looking entry.
All right. I would like to see that leg kind of tucked up just a bit, but I still 9. I didn't give it a 10. All right, next box, producer tie. I'm going to let Eddie go last because he is a rib champion. I'll go second to last. I'll let the KCBS man Wes go first and Chris Davis second. Gooder Gang is chiming in 9, 9, 10. Lee's doing birds, so we'll skip that one. Daddy Dutch, 9, 9. A lot of 9s here. A lot of 9s. We got a single 10. A lot of 9s. Roy Austin with a 10. All right.
Yeah, I've got to go with a 9. I love the color. Looks delicious. I think you can tuck it and align that a little better, a little tighter. That is the only reason I'm bringing it to a 9. I like the color, like everything else about it.
If Jackie gives you an 8, that's probably a 10 in some circles. All right, 8, 9, 9. All right, the Gooder Gang still chiming in right here. 9, 9. A lot of 8s, a lot of 9. More 9s than 8s. I'm sorry. Chris Davis, go ahead.
I don't know what these people are looking at, man. Like I'd give that a 7 all day long.
Ooh, okay.
I don't like it, dude. Like I see there's a lot of spots where it's splotchy, the ribs on the bottom, they look like they come off 12 different racks, and it's not a good looking box in my opinion.
All right, I go next. I'm also going to give this an 8. I need to see a little more bass boating. I need to see less splotchiness on the sauce. I do not like the bottom rack at all. That is especially that left front one. That left front and the right front, not doing it for me. 8 for me. Eddie, you're up.
I mean, it's obvious that I'm gonna give this a 7. Those gnarled ribs on the bottom rack.
Obvious. I didn't know it was obvious, bro.
Yeah. No, that bottom rack looks like that shouldn't have been in there. Ribs leading to the side, lean
All right.
on me.
Eddie, as rib cooks, how can we, all of us, how can we help this cook here?
I don't know, bro. That's a hard question to answer. Buy better ribs, cut them better, cook them better, sauce them better, season them better. I don't know.
Better.
Kind of all over the place.
It's almost like he wrapped them in foil and they were turned like meat side down in foil and washed everything off, and he tried to come back and put more stuff on there afterwards. It didn't work out for him.
The four though.
Tony's not his top rack, Prairie Fresh bottom rack. Walmart, yes, did not like that. If anything, Walmart, I would say push the bottom rack all the way to the front. It doesn't look like they're forward enough. And yeah, I would just select better. I don't like to see fat. That's fat coming up. That second rib on the top to the left. I don't want to see anything other than evenly sauced food. Okay, next.
It's hard to hide fat though.
What's that?
I think it's hard to hide fat, and I don't think you should get deemed for that because that's just the rib,
I think it is. I think you choose that before you even put them in a box right now, or even put them to concentrate on them. I concentrate on them as well. All right, next. All right, was that Surge's?
Yeah. So this is what I'll say is like last week everyone said his was like a 10 or like all 9s and then 10, and then this week y'all just obliterated it. And I think this is what Serge is learning from this. What do you say in the comments there, Serge? Are you learning a lot from this segment, being that you're, not new, but relatively new, at least to me, in the cooking game?
Well, did he claim it, or did you just call him out there, Ty?
It's his now.
Oh, no. I told Serge, since he's the follow team, every week, if he sends one in, I'm telling the Gooder gang who it is that way, because he's the follow team. We want to know where he's at, and we want to give him the best chance to learn, because we're I'm behind him. At least I follow him in everything. So
I got a question for him.
If we're gonna give him the good stuff, I definitely want to give him the bad stuff so we can learn from that. So
hey Serge, send the box that you presented last week so we can compare it, because I'm sure it was better. Just saying.
So I have a question for you, Serge.
Go ahead, Chris.
You put these in a box. Did you put them in a box with a spatula, or did you pick them up with your hands? Because it looks like you touch these things with your hands, and you rub some of the sauce off of what it looks like. I don't think like the second rib, it may not be fat there. It's almost like he touched it with his hand and rubbed some of the stuff off there.
Yeah. They also should leave that pinky toe rib on the front left. Leave it off.
Yeah.
I couldn't see that because there's a banner whenever we were talking about it, but I
hey, front left is a full ass toenail. The others are not. All right, next, please. This is hard to grade because of the angle, but we'll do it. But yeah, if you're gonna send in boxes, please send in over the box kind of view, please. All right, next. Not next, but let's do this one. Johnny Dunn. I learned y'all are so picky. Y'all should be named Garrett.
Johnny Dunn, talking shit.
I love it, Johnny.
Definitely has that Bill Purvis angle to this chicken. You know what I mean?
It does, but I don't think this is a Bill Purvis chicken, because it would be
no.
It'd be a little darker.
Everybody has the Bill Purvis.
There might be 3 more filters on it if it were Bill's.
I know it's not yours, Bill's. I'm just saying,
Bill's like not mine.
Front left, take a picture across it. That's
all right. 9 angle was off from Tony. 9, 10 Bass Boatin'. Yeah, I'm not opposed to the Bass Boat. 9, 9, 9 Roy Austin. 9, 9. A lot of 9s. I saw 110. Who's a chicken stud here? In KCBS, Wes Garrett. Go for it.
Are we doing 9s in KCBS? Or are we all?
No, we're doing 10s, 9, 8, 7.
I'll give this one a just because of some of the. I'll give it a 9, a high 9.
Okay. Elaborate, please, sir.
I like it. I do. I think there's a couple pieces that are a little in the middle, a little shorter. I'm being picky now because I feel like I got to get on board with you guys. Be mean as shit.
No. Be your guy. Be yourself.
When I see it, the first thing I thought of was like, man, this is good. It's missing a little bit. Maybe it's a little splotchiness of the seasoning. But I give it a 9. And I wouldn't be mad if it moved up to a 10, but I'm going 9.
What do you think of the sauce? Is it too heavy? I
don't think it is. I think it's just the lighting's making it look splotchy. Right. I bet if you move that camera, because I've had some pictures where I move it around, I don't think that's too heavy. For KCBS, it's not.
All right, I'll go next. I'll also give it a 9. I can't give it a solid 10. I do like the, I know we're not supposed to judge the kale, but it looks perfect. Good job. Or the greens, parsley, whatever it is. The sauce looks a little saucy, but it could be the lighting. I do like the bass boating on the chicken. I want to eat it. It's a 9 for me, almost a 10. Chris Davis.
I'll give it a 9. And it's a hard 9, dude. Like, I mean, I wouldn't be mad, or upset if I gave it a 10, but I'd have to give it a 9 just for the same reasons Wes talked about, Like those two in the middle, just a touch off, man. Not much, just a touch off.
Eddie.
I'm going to give it a 9. The first two look great. The other ones I can't really tell, but they look like that top left looks like it's fucking tiny compared to the front ones. But good looking box.
All right, producer Ty, let's go. All right, so it looks like we're looking at a front forward box here. So good or dang, do your thing. We'll do same order. Wes, Rob, Chris, Eddie. Brian Fox, definitely not the same box because the other one was like a cardboard thing. All right, 10 from Foster. 9, Twisted D. 9, Tony Tanache. 10, which is big, people. Tony doesn't give out 10s at all. 9 from Johnny Dunn all day long. Peter, 9. 9. A lot of 9s, couple 10s, but 1 10 from Tony Tanache. Wes Garrett, what you say, sir?
Oh, man, I don't like the sauce on this one. It's a 9, though. I'm not getting too crazy with it. It's a low 9. I could even go an 8 just because of the splotchiness of the sauce, but I'll be nice tonight and give it a 9.
Why don't you like the sauce?
Again, it could be lighting, but I got to look at it. It looks like it's splotchy. There's some spots on it that it looks like it's covered. Maybe it's too hot. I don't know if the sauce is too thin. It looks like I can see a lot of rub on some pieces, and that. Again, it's the lighting, I'm sure, but I can only go with what I can see, and I just don't like the way it's setting. Now, if they were to go with that camera right above it, it showed different. I'd give it a 10.
All right, Wes, what do you think of the placement of the chickens? I don't know that I like this forward.
I don't like them forward, but I will say their pieces are all the same size. So they knocked it out of the park on when I call that forward pieces. And the way you do it to turn it the other way, you can hide a lot. But this one right here, you can't. I think it's pretty good. I like it. I just don't like this. I don't like the saucing.
All right, I'm up next. I'm going to give this a 9. I think you'd be better served if you went 90 degrees and put 3 up and down instead of 3 side to side here, or 2 up and down. Excuse me, 2 rows of 3 versus 3 rows of 2 is my talking here. I like the bass boating. I like the sauce. It doesn't bother me one bit. The first 3 are perfect. 1 in the middle, 1 on the left, and the 1 in the back. They would have been perfect if they were presented up front. 9 for me. Chris Davis.
I'll give it an 8, Rob, and the reason why, like the top right piece and the one right next to it. Right, I mean, it almost looks like that.
Flat.
They almost whoever cooked this. It almost looks like they might have touched it with their finger or something. Yeah, those 2 pieces up top there. Other than that, I think it's a good looking box. It's just those 2 pieces what does it for me.
Is this Tony's box? Could be Tony's box. Eddie, what you think?
I think the chicken looks good. I like the color. I like the sauce. I like this color. But
yeah, not bother me at one bit.
I don't really like the placement.
Yes.
But I mean, I can't score that bad, so I'm gonna give it a 9.
That's pretty solid from Eddie.
I mean, the sauce is a little kind of, it's not even, but I like the color.
Daddy Dutch's box.
Oh, it's Daddy Dutch. Daddy Dutch, I would like you to, take that and shift it. Put it up and down versus, like I said, 2 rows of 3 versus 3 rows of 2. That's all.
Now, when I do thighs for CBA, I do set them up like this just because they're using that knife and fork, so it's easier for them to cut.
So you're okay with this placement?
Not for KCBS, no.
So on KCBS, I would take the same thing he has on the right and left, except I'll go down the middle with 3 turned the opposite, coming straight at you.
Okay.
Look,
right.
I think it looks good. It's done me well.
All right, next.
So this is the box from last week that Serge got all like 9s and 10s.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's a lot better. I mean, it is. It is. Look at that box. That's pretty as fuck.
Dude, that is gorgeous. Way to go, sir.
I mean, it's pretty. I can understand why we rated it 10s.
Here comes Chris. I'll give it a 4.
No, that's a beautiful.
Poker face. All right, Gooder gang, do your thing.
I'll let you guys go, man. I'm different on this.
I'll go first.
Can I Chris Davis and then Eddie? I'll go.
At the same
Wes,
time.
you can go last. Chris, Eddie, myself, and Wes. I love Jackie. She just says nope.
I think Chris and I are gonna go at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all are going at the same time. All right, Gooder gang chime in is 7, 7, 7, 8, 7, 8, 7. Ooh, 7s are personal, Gooder gang. This offended you somehow, some way. All right.
Well,
Boys,
if 7s are personal, then 6s are brutal, and man, this box is just not pretty at all.
What don't you like? What don't you like about it, Chris? What don't you like about it, Chris?
One, you got a row of pork steaks over here. I can see the fat on top of his pulled, on his top piece, and I don't know what that is on the other side. I don't know if that was money muscle that he chopped up or what it was, but it just, to me, it's not appealing at all. I mean, I'm not a fan of it, Rob.
Me neither. Eddie, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with the 6, and I'm gonna agree with Jackie. Nope.
Wes Garrett.
If I was going to Sonny's and I asked for a pork trio box, I would pray that would be what the hell I got. I would eat that shit up. But for turn in, I got to go with it. I'm going to always go a little bit. I'm going to give you a 7 just because I would want to eat it. But
7's the worst, by the way.
Okay, that's kind of a hot mess.
We'll just
I'm sorry, whoever this is. Come to my house and cook for me, but don't turn this shit in out of context.
Tony needs another weekend. That's I don't give 7s very often. This might be my second 7 ever.
I mean, it even goes down to the placement of the foil, Rob.
It just everything looks
everything.
Everything looks a mess. I'm sorry. And the money muscles are not really even money muscles on the side. 7. Sorry, whoever cooked this. But how you can correct this? I don't like the chunks on the side.
Right.
Just go straight monies. Although you didn't trim it right to be a straight money. If you want some help, message me. I'll try and help you out. Next. Whew, I'm excited to hear the Gooder gang and our panelists of judges. Eddie, you'll be last. Wes Garrett, you'll be second to last. I'll be first, and Chris Davis will be second.
Fine.
Stephen Foster, 10. You the man, Rob. What'd I do?
Nah,
You're gonna help someone out.
What?
Hit you up, you'd help.
Why is Sean saying I'm the man? I don't know what I did. Roy Austin, 9. Got a lot of 8s, 9s, 8s, 9s. It's kind of going back and forth between 9s and 8s. ZZ Top with an 8. All right. Oh, is that your box? All right, no. Sunday roasted cats. All right. I'll go first here.
Jackie, I love your comment.
I mean, I can't love this. I'm sorry. I'm going to give this an 8. Pull that comment down, Ty, please. I don't like the immediately. I know we're not supposed to judge the box or the kale, whatever, or the greenery, but trim that off. Make that clean. It's too saucy. It's an uneven sauce. Everything
Rob,
about
we can do whatever we want. We're sanctioned by the So Smoking Gooder Show.
I know, but I don't like this at all. 8. Sorry, 8.
Yeah,
Wes?
you needed one more piece to take away.
Yeah,
that
you needed one more.
One more piece and thin that sauce out. I could have went with a 9, but you not having that piece on the front, you left too much. Hit a credit card up and hit those front pieces of that lettuce. Again, with the sauceless, I'll give you an 8, but one more piece, I could have moved it up to a 9.
All right, next.
Me, right?
Yes. Oh, no. Back to the brisket. Yeah, you.
I'm gonna give it a 7, Rob.
Personal. Offended you.
It is personal on this one, man. Like, it's just, I feel like the person could have taken just a little bit more time on those slices, and we've all
What's up, Sergio? How are you?
I think this person could have taken just a touch more time on these slices, man, and it's just not appealing to me at all. But I do agree with Wes. One more slice should have been put in the box.
All right, Ty, the next box will be our last box because we need to get out of here. It's 2:15. 2 hours and 15 minutes in.
But box that maybe he should post.
What's that?
I said I sent Ty a box. Maybe he should post it.
All right, Ty. Eddie sent you a box that he wants 10s on. Hold up. Back. There you go.
7. Next.
What an ass.
You made me knock my microphone off the table, bro. All right, next. Let the kale go, Karen. He's talking to me. Johnny Dunn. I'm just saying, I don't rate it off that, but trim it off. All right, Gooder Gang, do your thing here. 10 on the box, 8 on the filter.
I like it, Brian.
6 from Sean Trainer. It offended him very much. Los 239 Grillers. I got to meet him in Shiner. A 10. Twisted D 9. Sam Demerit. What's up, Sam? Clean looking 10. That's big. That's big from Jackie Milligan. 9. A lot of 9s, couple 10s. I'll let Eddie go last. Chris Davis, I'll let you go first.
I'm gonna give it a 9.
Wow, that's pretty high for you, man.
I'm gonna give it a 9.
He's trying to get some
Yeah.
snuggling later.
I'm a fan of filling a box up. I believe full box. Just in my opinion, I think it looks better. So especially in CBA, you don't have all the full sitting off to the side. And I just think that looks good. It's a good looking box.
How you like all the toes pointed forward? Good?
I like the toes pointing forward. Yeah,
right.
10 toes down, baby. Let them rip.
10 toes, baby. Wes Garrett, what you thinking?
10 all day, man. I like the hell out of this box. Yeah, it's clean box, looks good. I can't see a lot of anything I can ding it on, so I'm going 10.
I'll go next. What do you guys think of the sauce? Not too heavily sauced. You good?
I think it's good.
All right, I'll go 9. I like the placement. I like the toes pointed at the judge. I still want to see a little more bass boating, in my opinion. 9 for me. Eddie. That's my box.
No, it's not my box.
Oh, it's not your box.
I'm not a fan of the 10 bones. I never have been. I'm more of an 8 bone guy. I think it's the perfect amount, but 10 looks good here. It's a little too wet for me. Said no man ever, but yeah, the sauce is a little too wet. I'd like to set it a little bit and hit it with add a little. I don't know, a bass boat and maybe a little bit more, but I'll give it a 9.
9. All right, me too. All right. How many more we got, Ty? That was a nice box. It wasn't all 10s. Wait. I think Ty sent you one, or Eddie sent you one.
That was it.
Oh, that was it? Okay. Let's do one more, Ty. I think you had that chicken box that I snapped a view of.
7.
Good. Okay. Wes, you're up first there.
Dude, I like it. I mean, they have to have X amount of pieces, or is it okay to have the 2 drummies in there?
No, it's okay.
Oh, dude, that looks good. I've got to go 10 on that. I think that looks freaking awesome.
All right, Getter Gang, do your thing. Wes gives it a 10. Wing tip may not be done. 9.
I mean,
Chris Davis, you're up next.
My turn now?
Yes, sir.
I agree with what Brian said there, man. I think it was Brian that said that. I mean, I think that chicken might not be done, but sometimes in CBA you can get away with chicken not being done. So I'll have to say I'd give that box an 8, man.
All right, Eddie.
I'm gonna stick with my original 7.
7.
Yeah.
Jesus, man, what am I missing over here?
I'll tell you, I don't like the empty spaces. I think you could put another 2 legs, one in the front, one in the back. You need to fill that box if you're going to put 2 random legs in the box right now. I don't like the wing at all. It's just kind of holding back. Cut that shit off and let's go. I do like the bass boating. I just don't like the color of it. It's too light. It needs to be a little more darker. And if you saw my chicken, you can understand what I'm talking about. So I will give that a 8, not a 9 or not a 10. Bass boat. All right, guys, let's wrap this show up. Wes Garrett.
Yep.
Thank you very much for coming on the show. First time guest on the show. You were amazing. We had a lot of good conversation from world championships to all of this. It's been a great show, man. What do you think?
It's fun, man. It's always fun. Enjoy commenting, but it's even better coming on. So, man, great co-host. Had a good special guest, so couldn't ask for anything more. Man, it's fun. I love the Gooder Gang.
And a great producer. Let's bring in producer Ty, please.
Hey.
Absolutely.
Brother.
You guys are producers of 2 of the best barbecue shows on the interwebs.
I absolutely agree. And I was going to say earlier, I can see at some point to where we're going to have like a world summit between the Chicken Fried with Chicken Fried show and the So Smoking Gooder show, where we'll go on their show and they'll come on our show and we'll just talk about every freaking issue there is in the barbecue community and get down to the heart of the matter and move forward as a nation of barbecue. I'm ready.
Or
That's
you
a
do
hell of an idea, man.
show back in the day, Hollywood Squares, and put everybody on one screen.
Yeah, me and you'll produce it, Wes. We'll come on. I'll be the host of on your show. That way you'll produce it. I'll be the producer on my show. You'll host, or you'll moderate, excuse me. And then I'll moderate on your show, and then you'll produce. And then, man, we'll make it happen. Bring all these freaking personalities and barbecue on to like talk some shit to each other and rile up some personalities. That's what I love about this, and I know you do too, because you are a huge personality.
No, look, I think that is a phenomenal ass idea, and it needs to happen once every other month or however you guys deem it. But to combine the shows and swap it out, one time it's on Wednesday, one on two, do whatever. Man, these are two great shows and get a lot of views, a lot of eyes. You got the best people in barbecue that watch it, comment on it. Let's do that.
Yeah, we need the people to smash the like buttons on
So Smoking
Gooder show
all of
on
it.
YouTube.
Please do.
And smash the hell out of the YouTube for Chicken Fried Barbecue, LC Barbecue, Piglitically Incorrect, and the Chicken Fried with Chicken Fried with producer Wes. I mean, kudos to both of them. I like the reason I put that cha-ching box on there when I like a box a lot is because of his money that falls. So I watch his shit and I'm going to steal stuff. And I'm sure he's going to watch something of mine and steal stuff. It makes me get better, makes him get better. I love his wit. We're going to make the producing of shows, of fake internet barbecue shows, better so that all you barbecue personalities and pitmasters, he's kind of Batman and, he's Clark Kent and Superman. He's a cook and a producer. So, it's a big deal. I'm an ambassador for you guys, man. I would run through fucking brick walls for you guys. I'm a military background. So Chris Davis, you're my brother. I get your point of view. Let's take this shit global.
Look, 100%. I'm gonna tell you, Ty gets you pumped up. I mean, keep on going. He Ty. Does. 30 more seconds. He
does. He does. Ty is amazing. Ty's our producer. We love Ty. Thank you very much, Wes. You've been a great guest tonight. I loved showcasing your barbecue talent, man. You're very knowledgeable. Wes is 30.
West.
I'm over here, guys. Let's talk after. I got to find a landing spot. I'm not sure I'm safe over there. Those boys got it out for me. They got it out after me. So if anybody's got a little spot they want me to jump in, I'm good.
All right, Wes. Hey, let's wrap this up. 2 hours and 23 minutes in. This is probably an hour less than we've had in the last 4 weeks, Eddie. We did good. We did good. We timed it a little lower. But good. Wes Garrett, man, please. Thank you very much for the show. Thank you very much for coming on the show. We appreciate you. We appreciate you shedding some light on yourself. It's good to actually get to know you personally and what you're all about, man. And Politically Incorrect is a force to be reckoned with, man. I feel like you guys are right there. We got some world championships coming on the horizon.
Oh, man, we're going to start cooking hard here starting next month. We had a lull. We had a bunch of things that we don't go 700-800 miles like some of these people, but I hope we can end the year on a good note and every year just trying to do more to it. So, if you're going to be on one of these shows, obviously it seems like everybody's got a world championship. It's time for me to jump in there. So I got to put my boots on, man, to play with you boys.
Absolutely. Our co-host is Chris Davis and Mr. Eddie Morales. Y'all guys chime in real quick.
What are you cooking at, Wes? Next.
It was going to be Sheridan, Arkansas, but they canceled that. I found out yesterday, and I had actually pulled out of doing. I can't remember the one I pulled out of, but
bro, where are you cooking?
What's that?
Where are you cooking next?
I was giving you my schedule. It was going to be Sheridan, but now it's going to be Jonesboro, Arkansas.
That's a good one.
Who's that?
Yeah.
The weekend
What's
after Bluff.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll see you there.
Oh,
You coming? Good. Good.
Nice.
You come to Pine Bluff? You should come to Pine Bluff, bro.
I'm gonna be at Pine Bluff. Was gonna do Murfreesboro, but decided to do Pine Bluff instead. So, we did it there the first year. Man, that was awesome. But I don't like that whole you got to run your generator and run your water, and I don't have any. I don't like that, but I'm coming. We'll be there. You coming to that one as well?
Yep.
How about you, Rob? When you gonna come over?
I need to do some more KCBS, but yeah, I'm just kind of I got now my fall seasons. You guys, Wes, you got girls in volleyball. I got boys in baseball. So it's just this year is not for cooking. It's for
He's got to buy new
kids.
blinds for the house, so that takes a lot of money.
I fixed it, man. This season is not for a barbecue. It's more for kids, and so I got 2 kids they'll be out of the house in a couple of years, and so barbecue will be there 2 years from now. So I'm just kind of hitting and missing, and more missing than hitting. So, but it'll happen. It'll come back. I'll be back.
Good. Well, maybe we can all get together at a comp.
Absolutely.
I see why you went to 2.5 hours. You got Eddie over there trying to hide that yawn. I saw you, bro.
Oh, yeah. All right. Chris Davis, thank you very much for being a co-host. Eddie Morales, as always, you're my co-host for the So Smoking Gooder Show. Thank you to Wes Garrett from Piglitically Incorrect for coming on the show.
Great job, Wes.
Appreciate you guys. If you guys want to hang out just for a minute, we'll wrap this up. But Case Hahn, close us out, my man. He's coming, I promise.
Good night to all of you wonderful people in Barbecue Nation. You too, California.